White Russian and a vanilla White Russian is there's vanilla extract. That's the only difference, and it makes it taste like vanilla ice cream. I'm just
So it's
saying, it's
not just like
fantastic.
That's
vanilla,
pretty
it's not even
interesting.
like vanilla vodka or something like that?
Nope, they just add vanilla extract into it, and it tastes like vanilla ice cream. I love it.
Nice.
It's dangerous. It's
I
very
bet.
dangerous.
I bet. I bet.
Rothund, have you had a taken a speaking? Have you taken a moment to have the fun with the new layout? Did you check? Did you click all the buttons? Go to all the things, figure out what they do?
Like, look at my character sheet and look through it all. That
No,
I've done.
no.
No,
No.
click on all the
No.
tabs
Click
and
the stuff
shit.
that says, like,
Oh,
Click the whole
characters.
like the Taroka.
Yeah.
Oh, those things over there. No, I have not done that. Oh,
So
cool.
fun.
So the Barovia map, I'll start revealing more and more as you guys, if you ever explore more of Barovia, who knows?
Yeah, right.
The character tab has the people you've currently at least uh, seen or talked to, have some sort of information. Maybe not specific. Well, you at least for sure, because you're, you know, I guess technically the last OG who's a player character. Will know some of these people, and that's also where the cards are for you guys to click and go. I obviously have not made new cards for the two new people because I totally forgot until just now looking at this thing and going, oh, I'm missing two cards. Journal hopefully just pops it open for you. I hope that did not open it for everybody else when I clicked on it. You can hit escape or J to go in and out of that when it pops up. That is inside there. Like you can keep your own notes in there. Like there's a my journal thing. You can have your own notes, have your own stuff. Like that's all part of this, as well as the quest tracking is all in here. The 10 that are in progress, the 6 completed, and the 2 failed.
Nice.
So those are there. The Taroka is obviously the 5 cards, what they mean, and if you open them, I think it'll tell you where those things are or were because you guys have figured them all out. And graveyard is obviously where your player characters go to die or have become NPCs.
Nice.
Nice.
So with
wow.
the with the D&D 3.0 update, I went through and updated a bunch of the Curse of Strahd maps. By that I mean I just went back to the Patreon that we subscribed to originally to get them and downloaded the updated versions, which is why I posted that stuff inside Discord about, if you have a potato or not as fiberish internet like I have, you may want to have Discord minimized and only have the one tab open for Foundry because at idle this world will get up to 6 gigs just for just for here because there's so much stuff. There's oodles of things. But yeah, you can navigate those things, go to those things. Little little different for landing page and whatnot. Um Otherwise, all of your characters are now D&D 3.0 pluses. I moved over stuff that I remembered to move over. So if you think you're missing something, or if you have, like an insane amount of gold, let me know. I mean, I still have the old versions, the old, the 2.4.1 versions. If you had things in backpacks, I just took them out of the backpack because that's one of the things that broke and just throw them in your inventory. Backpacks, your current backpacks, words, are the new versions. So you can put things back in them if you like a more clean look to your character sheet. Otherwise, some things may not work, and we will just do what we always do, which is just push on, push
Crying
forward.
at it.
Yeah, do the whole manual stuff in the bottom, and we'll figure out bugs. I know that Actually, did I make that change? I know that some of the old spells that were macro spells, I know that Krimic, who we pay to do mod or macros for, just he's he's busting hump to get things to work. Paladin smites may not work. I know that's one of the current actor kits he's working on. So our paladin for your smites, again, you just know what they do. We'll just have to push through. Bloodhunter's one that he's working on. So if your D4 damage isn't working, just kind of try to pay a little attention. If I have to manually subtract damage and we-roll things, we'll move on. That's his next kit that he is working on. He doesn't know exactly what all has failed with that, but right now Paladin was the one that he's again working on. Eldritch Blast, I think we don't have anybody who has that anymore, right? We don't have a blaster. Do we have anybody who is a magic missiler? No? Excellent. If we get there, we might just turn those kind of spells that were macroed like that to just roll multiple times. At least to get it going and kind of move on kind of thing. Otherwise, let's see here. Where's the character? Just so I can I'll use Arcadia. We the creator is called the Ripper. He makes a lot of the modules that we are using. So you'll notice up at the top of your character sheet something called Paper Doll. If you want to use it, you totally can. It's one of the things that I posted in
What?
Discord about, that you can basically just like drag your armor and things over and have like it look kind of video gamey. You can also equip and unequip from that. You can change the picture, I think. Just a different way of managing like your equipment itself. When I was making these characters, I tried to make sure that I was doing like all of your bookmarked items, like your things that show up underneath attributes. If I have missed some, you may want to go through your things and re-bookmark some things. With this update, races are their own item now, and so part of this is that like your level 4 and 8 ability score improvement or feat choices are part of your class. So if you'll notice that like the ASI options, the features just aren't there anymore, because if you edit your class, you can see where the ASIs went to, or if you chose a feat. Rothon, yours is, I didn't know when you chose what feat when. I just kind of threw 2 feats at the level that popped up because you had picked 2 and you only had 1 ASI. For the rest of you, you should see ASIs in the advancement tab of your class. So that's where those things are. That's where that stuff is being tracked now. Like when we level up again, you get an ASI improvement. It'll pop up as a box and tell you, put your fucking 2 points where the fuck you want, as long as you don't go over 20. So that's where, some of those things are changed and being more built into the back end instead of, how we were doing it. Which is for races, coming back to circling around, uh, and all 156, 57, I don't know, 150 plus races, the mythical feats will, the reminder feature will pop into there. So like it'll automatically add, like again, I'm just clicking and Rothan, like the 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Those are all built into the race. So whenever we hit 14, it'll pop up as mythical feat level 14. So you'll have to remember after the fact to go in there, add the feat, but the reminder will be there. And so, the feature auto adds. Inside that has the macro to open up the compendium browser, which again, once you have that open, go to features, you can then select a feat as a feature type and see all the feats again. And here you'll just drag the word. You click on the word, drag and drop. drag and drop still a thing. Still do that. I tried to remember to go through, excuse me, the special traits. So like if you have alert or observant, they should be checked in there. Actually, I think somebody has spell sniper, don't they? Who has spell sniper?
I do, Vivi.
Me.
You do. So if you
I
have
do too.
spell sniper, if you are under attributes on your character sheet, there is a tiny star underneath actor on use macros on the left hand side. That is the special traits. You're going to want to make sure spell sniper is checked.
Wait, shocker, I'm struggling. What is the I found it under passive abilities. Where should I actually be looking for this?
Go to attributes,
Okay.
and then on the left hand side where all your skills are, then there's the senses and languages and all that jazz. Below the very bottom of that, there's a tiny star.
Okay.
And then that is the special traits, and make sure spell sniper, if you have it, is checked. If you have powerful build, like this is where all the cool little special things are supposed to be at. I don't think any of us have criticals that are less than 20, so we should be fine there. And if you have any of these things and I forgot to check them, this is where that would be. Except for our barbarian, a feature handles your melee critical damage die, so you can't do any changes there.
Oh man, spells at observant.
But again, I tried to bring everything over, and I think Acadia's camera is frozen, or they're just been in that one position for a long time.
Oh, it
Um,
happens all the time.
Wait, where's there she is. Oh, damn it.
What?
Lane wasn't hiding you this time. Nathan was.
It's broken.
rude.
I don't know what's wrong.
I don't see anything but a castle behind me, you know.
Yeah, because she's
Nice.
frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Dave.
There we go.
Oh, that's not it.
I think Savon's armor class I'd fixed. Yeah, I think the barbarian armor class is right. Yes. Okay.
I had no idea my armor class was fucked.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
No. Rothun
Hey, God.
for yep.
I think one of my so I have on my attributes, I have resource 1, staff of defense and strength of the grave. Can I just go in and fix it back to sorcery points?
So the way that you do that is underneath features.
Oh, we're playing Russian roulette now. Okay.
Active abilities,
Okay.
sorcery points.
Okay.
There's the little box with the pencil for edit item.
Okay.
Details.
Okay.
And all right, you see where the feature usage, there's the activation cost, activation condition. Do you see all that?
Yes.
Where it says override actor resource,
Okay.
change that to resource 1
Okay.
in Bazinga.
Did that work? Okay.
Fancy.
Haha.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, if you had manually done that, then you'd have to fucking manually do that every goddamn time, and that would just.
Sounds like something I would
If you are someone who has spells, With the new updates and new version of Tidy Sheet, the prepared spells thing actually works again. So just to make sure that is correct, you just click on it and make sure the formula, they have, like, I'm gonna click Paladin for Arcadia now. It's not gonna change anything, but instead of having to be a manual thing, it'll be based off of the correct formulae. So make sure that is right. I think yours should be right.
Yeah, I only have prepared spells, so.
Yeah. So it's the formula to remind you how many prepared spells you're supposed to have. So like if you click on that, you'll see that there's like a big gobbledygook formula.
Oh.
And also make sure your spell casting ability is correct if you are a spellcaster. Default is intelligence. I don't remember if I changed them
So-
for all of you.
Is there
Wait, how
supposed
do
to be a formula for prepared spells or just a number?
There should be a formula. So if there's not, you'll click on that and you'll click on your your class, and then hit OK or save or whatever it is.
Okay. Now there's a formula.
Yeah.
How can you tell what modifier's been applied?
Bottom right hand corner of spellbook says spell casting ability.
Aha. Okay.
So many things.
So make sure that it says the correct thing. I think for Rothun it should be intelligence for your Hemocraft stuff. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Okay, I think that is it for housekeeping as far as your character
Oof.
sheets and the differences, the changes. For some of you, there weren't any, but that's super cool and fine. All right. Well, who wants to remind Rothund what happened last time, as he was in very quiet and contemplative and very serious and thanked Wit. It was weird. That was a weird situation there.
That was
it
a
was very
weird situation.
disappointing.
That's why I
Yeah.
have it written down too. My notes start
Ooh.
with apparently all the were ravens that Wit knows are named Bob.
There's only, what, 7 of them?
No, there's 13 Bobs, guys. Be
No,
respectful.
we just keep getting more. But this was Bab.
There's 13 Bobs.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
she came and woke up Wit and Jinx and was like, "Hey, come to the war room. Adrian wants to speak with you." And we're like, "Okay." And then there was Adrian, Misery, some Revenants, and then great grandpappy Davian, who was there, and Jinx got reassigned, and Wit's choosing to remain with the group. And then Jinx got sent away right away because they didn't want her to get into more trouble.
No, Jinx got sent away because she's the most talented person in the whole group,
I know.
and she got a
tried to say that-
promotion.
she tried to tell them that she was in charge, and that didn't go over so well. Then Val's deciding to stick Sir Godfrey's stone in a giant stone. Oh no, wait, not just a giant stone, the dragon, but not in the dragon, the stone beneath the dragon. All the clarifications that happened, you know. And then Trix is relearning and training how to use Vladimir's giant sword, and is getting very, very, very peeved at all the revenants who are like, move this way, move that way, because they're drawing something on the ground. Terrible. Wit's panic cooking breakfast. Ro was in chapel, comes out.
Emotional cooking breakfast. Emotional.
Ro comes out and says, "Thank you to Wit for breakfast," and doesn't mind that he has a broken nose, says he's fine, and goes back into the chapel. Everything's fine.
Now, hang on now. He did pop his nose back into place.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Blow out the blood
said
that
his
had
broken nose.
On
built
my
up.
kitchen floor.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh. And then I have Savan comes in and eats breakfast, and for some reason I have that underlined because it was odd. Savan ate breakfast. Trix eventually comes in complaining about revenants the entire time. Wit tells Vivi and Archie about that Val and Ro had something to do with causing blood rain, which is weird. Good to know that Val and Ro can cause blood rain. And then Val comes in for breakfast and it's like, "Hey, the revenants are drawing this ritual circle. We should probably go." And we're like, "Oh, fun." But Val and Wit are like, "Hey, look, we got this flesh bag. We should go take care of this first." So the group with Siobhan, Archie and Vivi go to the forge. And there's this convo on the way about life and things, apparently. And Val's like, I'm going to find Misery instead. Oh no, she's with Regier. Never mind, I'll go to the forge instead. It got weird because he was like, don't interrupt her. And then at the forge, there's like this really cool green grass stuff that everybody forgot was there, apparently. Lots of us did. Yeah. And then we open the fleshy bag, or they open the fleshy bag and touch a gross beating heart grossness. It's terrible. Yeah, Val cast remove curse, and it just, burns to ash. It's fine. To the training grounds for this ritual. Oh, this ritual is very cool map, but seems very dark outside. So we get weaker, and then we do this ritual, and we all have to stab things with a dagger. So it's great. And then the sunstones become giant pure starstones, which is pretty fancy. But a lot of us have no idea what that is. So it's fine. Val's like, hey, guard this thing and let's go over here. So he heads out past everything. They go past the sword, and Archie tries to take it, and Archie can't get it. But Misery keeps it because Misery's like, this is my sword now. She just goes and pulls it out. And Misery talks a little bit about Regier's corruption, and the next ritual will be bigger. We need to get things set up and all these things. And Val's like, hey, I can do this. So he gets them to bring him this drawing of the ritual circle that the Revenants were working off of to do the big thing. And my notes are, Val replicates giant ritual circle as small paper ritual circle on ground. So it was highly entertaining. And then he made it better. And there's this discussion about Yester Hill, thinking about the rest this afternoon, head there in the morning. And Val's trying all these experiments to see if the Starstone appears to amplify already cast spells or only spells that are cast actively through it. And he concludes that Starstone does not appear to amplify those that are already cast. That was an important thing, so I actually wrote it out. Starstone. Okay, you don't get to eat my notebook, though. Sorry, kitty.
Does anybody have anything else to add to that? No,
That was pretty thorough.
that was pretty much it.
Well, yeah, I do have one thing. When it came to the ritual had a flow to it. So the dagger we got from Bobble Lasagna flowed around the circle in a pattern to which you would have to then grab the knife and kill the shade that was coming out of the Starstones. At which point it was sucked into the amber egg. That was the focal point of the whole thing.
That's right.
That's the only thing I had to add.
Yeah. But Siobhan's got the amber egg back in her egg pouch, so we're good.
It was one of the few
Ish.
parts I was there for, and we killed them all in like one turn because the held action reaction thing.
Fucking held actions. Brilliant.
Gotta remember that for next time. Trix tried to punch things even though she knew it wouldn't
Which
do
you're
anything.
muted.
That's because my dog keeps crying in the background. It's not going to be any harder next time, guys. We just got to do the exact same thing, and it'll all be
Yep.
fine.
It'll be fine.
Oh, that is something to add. The ritual is larger. It has to be at a specific place that is not protected at all. So calling the attention of he who shall not be named. And so we're looking at potential full
Magic stuff
frontal
there.
assault from our
Dear
Lord and
friends.
Savior Toothy Vampire guy.
That's okay.
No, Voldemort
Archie's
was
plan is
contacted.
just to punch and punch and punch again until kill him until he's dead, and then kill him again.
Yeah, Archie's
It's
guide
fine.
to murdering vampires. It's one page.
Kill,
Stab,
kill, kill,
stab,
kill again.
kill.
Stab him until he's dead, and then
Kill
kill
him
him
until he
again.
dies from it.
And then do it
That's
again.
what it was. Kill him until he dies from it. I needed to write that down. Kill him until he dies from it.
That's the next T-shirt.
It's like we need t-shirts.
Mhm.
Very extensive, involved plans that Archie comes up with.
Yeah, you Rotha, you
Archie shirts
unfortunately missed a really cool scene because I had a bunch of animations going, and as the Starstone was being purified, they changed colors, and There were places for all of you to be. The only
The
things,
OCD only kicked in a little.
yeah, just a tiny bit. The other things that I want to add is that Misery said multiple times that rituals aren't her thing, and Valg was like, I got a thing
Look
for
at this
this.
book.
I need to look at this book.
That's right. I forgot that one.
Val needs to read.
It's okay. That was gonna get brought up one way or another this session. So
Val wants to read all the things.
Hey, bro's not good at rituals either. Remember last time he did a ritual, he just drank the
You
blood
mean
and everything went to
we
hell.
didn't read the directions?
You
Hey,
know,
now.
you're all proud of the fact that you're still alive, but I think it's been just barely, just like the rest of us.
Sheer dumb luck. It's
Hey,
amazing what we can survive.
luck is an important skill, all right? There's a
Right.
reason there's a feat for it.
Man, I miss that feat. Gotta play a halfling again.
Wow.
hmm
Halflings are so broken.
Yeah.
Why can't I hear the music?
Whoa. Volume all the way up. It says it's playing.
I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah, I hear too.
Yeah, if you turn your playlist volume up, you can hear it. My playlist volume was too low to hear it.
Because I had to turn it down when I came in because it was so loud.
I had to turn it down because I couldn't figure out whether the dogs that were barking in there were real or
Wow.
Is that my
Hey, that's
real
fair.
dog?
Look, when you have a dog that is like currently drugged up and medicated, you never know what sounds she gonna be making and when
There's
I
It's
need
that
to
like,
intervene.
did she bring home new friends? Like what?
She smuggled them
that-
in.
Discord sound that sounds like a knock whenever people like you can set it for when you jump in or out of voice channel. Creeps me out every time. Makes me jump 20 feet. Because I can't tell if it's in here or real life.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start today's session. We're going to rewind time a little bit for one of you, Rothund specifically,
Mm.
as you spent a very, very, very long time in the chapel, thinking about things. You came out to eat. You helped with the ritual. You saw the experimentation of the Starstone, um, and that Starstone, by the way, was taken like almost to the quarry for the experiment. As Val was like, I learned from my one time trying to use this before. So if things go bad, I don't want to blow up the castle. So that was done far, far away. Quarry is quite the jaunt. And even then, Valg was like, okay, I'm going to do this here. You guys go way back that way, just in case. Because if I burn to a crisp, at least I'm not taking the rest of you with me.
But
But
if one burns to a
Rothund,
crisp, we should all burn to a crisp.
Mhm.
the theme that's tried to be pushed here. We all burn or we don't, or we all don't together.
Exactly.
You did meet two new people who seems to be some kind of envoys for some kind of resistance, though there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about who. There's been has been a whole lot in found out about that. Some information was gleaned, but not a terrible amount. And those two new people were helpful in the ritual. They did partake. They were around for the curse removal of. I don't know why you guys removed, why you guys destroyed my perfectly good hag heart inside the sack of human flesh. I'm not sure why that was a thing, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Well,
As you were in the chapel, Rothund, again, for a significant time, in the periods of your self-contemplation and prayer, as you were reaching out to the entity you swore to, I will tell you that what you gleaned from that is that while a presence seemed to try to communicate back, you could not hear it. It was far, far, far away, like a muffled whisper across the room. So there is still a connection, but it is significantly faint. And after your long rest, um, you came to realize that your abilities that you received through a ritual that you know just kind of full sent, they just seem muted. They seem held back. They seem not quite not quite there. And you weren't able to activate that form. The the ability to manipulate your blood is still there. Like, you still have that. You still have those abilities, but the more draconic ones, again, that muted whisper from across the room, it's just not a loud roar, it's just not a loud presence anymore. And so you're not sure if, or more likely when, those will be back. So a little table talk here.
Mm-hmm.
Your ability to continue further to Blood Hunter is on hold.
All right.
And your ability to transform doesn't work yet. You still have the smell. Your smell is still there, like that. That is an active change to yourself versus a trying to pull on that draconic blood to change your physical form. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
for now, that's where you're at.
All right.
Um, the other thing that excuse me, I think that you would have noticed is that well, I mean, everybody noticed that for whatever for whatever reason, the revenants listened to Valguin, and there are hundreds of them around the grounds now. And if you recall, when you guys left, for the initial amber egg thing, there were hardly any, and coming back for the quest to go get this dagger, there were more, but coming back from getting the dagger, there are a significant amount more. And some of the information that Misery had given, that she had said that she found in the catacombs, is that the next step, like you guys got the amber egg, you guys got the hag's dagger that you have been able to see firsthand, that only it seems to be able to sever the shadows of the corruption of things for the amber egg to be able to absorb. The next step is obviously a much bigger ritual at a place of power that she told you all was called Yesterhill, and that's the next step, and it is a priority to get there, because she told you that part of what made Regier was everything that what the originals gave up made Regier, but part of that was the vampiric curse from Lulu, and that is actively corrupting and changing Regier. And the longer that this is put off, the stronger chance there is for Regier to be lost to that transformation. And so uh, powerful silver dragon on your side is better than a powerful silver dragon not on your side. And so her thing was like, we've got all the pieces, let's go now, but it's the middle of the afternoon. I guess we can wait until the morning to head out. Some talk happened, right, with asking if she had the ruby dust for the forbearance spell. I forget what the foreword is. I think you're muted or your head thing's down.
Forbiddance.
Thank you. Forbidden spell. And she again was like, I don't know how that's going to affect. Rituals aren't my thing, which is why Val was like, let me read the book. And she's like, if the Guardian lets you through, totally will, because it barely put up with me when Godfrey was around. So, you guys, is there anything for you, Rothan, specifically that you wanted to do other in your contemplative time?
For the most part, what I have will be talking as we travel to our next destination, so I don't think so.
Okay. All right. There was something I was going to say and I just forgot. Gosh darn it. Oh, when Godfrey's sword was in the stone that the dragon statue rests on, not in the dragon stone statue itself, would you have tried to pull it? Like you would have seen Arcadia try. You would have seen you would have seen Valgun put it in, take it back out, excuse me, put it back in, and say he posted four guards there, so that anybody's willing is anybody can try to take the sword from the stone kind of thing. You would have seen Arcadia try, hand on it, answer questions out loud, and then get thrown like 30 feet from where that sword was up the stairs and almost to the doors of the main castle itself.
And yelled that I'm not going on that second date.
Yeah, and saying something of that nature about there won't be a second date. Would you have tried to take the sword from the stone?
I think I would have, actually.
Okay. So then let's back up a little bit. Because Misery would have totally let you try before she would have taken it. So let's back up a wee bit here. All right. So after Arcadia tries and fails, you walking up to it, and as soon as you grab it, you would have heard a voice in your head. It would have asked you a question.
Mhm. Truth.
Okay. Next question.
Not at their growth. Lord Argynvost. Be destroyed.
You would have been able to pull the sword from the stone. I will add it to your character sheet. And I need to have it be identified.
It's an identified one on mine if you just want to move it.
It's all good. I got it. Retribution of the Damned. You should be able to see it within your character sheet now. You'll have to obviously spend some time to, get to know it. But you're here to pull it out.
Yeah, I'll put it away for now. But yeah.
You two are really cute together. I'm so glad you found your match.
There's Archie.
And then you guys go over to the forge and, or not the forge, but the quarry and do the whole dawn thing, I think, is what happened. Light goes everywhere. Made a map, made a bigger map. Zip, zap, zappity zoop. Here we are now. What would you all like to do?
Well, first things first, obviously, take my glove off my hand, whistle very loudly, and be like, "All right, boys, put it back with the other ones."
I have no idea what you said because Chris cut you
Discord.
out.
Chris,
Basically, all right, boys, put it back with the other ones. Yelling at the revenants to help come get the Starstone. Let's put it
Got
back with the other ones.
Got it.
Damn you, Crisp. Damn you.
Wit's ears are bleeding, so he's gonna have to deal with that real quick.
Witch should really just, get over it. Witch
I mean,
ears
he's a
always
crow.
bleed.
He's a crow. He's probably heard
squawk.
similar noises in all honesty. When you walk in the
squawk.
nursery. Yep.
Fair enough. Oh, that's the other thing. Wit, your regeneration is
Is that
excuse me.
amended?
Is that amended? That is the action to activate.
Cool.
So you may want to bookmark it or hotbar it or whatever. However,
Can I just wake up in the morning and boop it on?
it
Is
only
it, or is
lasts
it
a
time
minute.
constraint?
Yep, it only
Okay.
lasts a minute, and it's a number of times equal to your proficiency mod. But yeah, Valgwin does the old come and get it, boys, and a bunch of undead come over and heave ho, lift the giant, pure Starstone rock, and begin trucking it back over to the training ground.
So we're gonna be heading out soon, so we can, fix Regier before it's too late.
Hey, so I need to look at that book first. So I don't know what the rest of you are planning to do yet this evening, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit the sack. Cause I need to prepare a spell.
To get the book, that's what you need a spell for the book.
Speaking of which, I need to take not to lean into the greedy dwarf stereotype here, but I need some money.
How much do you need?
Well, I've got 300 gold pieces. I also need let's see here. I looked this up earlier and my brain already went whoosh, and that was gone. Well, let's see here. I've got 300, so that should be enough for the incense. I also need... There it is. Probably about another 50 gold pieces. Unless anyone's got, like, ivory strips.
Ivory strips.
But, well,
Can't we
This
just go
is-
trying to say yes in that accent is freaking impossible. So,
This-
like, strips of ivory, like, reading the bones and all that jazz.
I mean,
Whatever
there's
jazz music is.
there's a bunch of dead guys. You don't want to just shave a femur out there or something, or does it
That's
have
not
to...
ivory. That's bone. There's a difference between bone and ivory.
Well, then I don't think I know what ivory is. If something tells me there ain't elephants in Barovia.
I'm really confused as why you need money and ivory. And what's an elephant?
More importantly, how do you know what an
Great
elephant
question.
is, but not what ivory is?
Is this a
I don't
two-person
know. I don't know
ritual?
what an elephant
Like,
is either.
ivory strip sounds kind of kinky. Do you need help, by chance?
No, not on that front. So ivory, it's kind of like a bone-like material. It's got a different feel to it, though. Misery, you wouldn't happen to have seen any in the treasury room, perhaps?
No.
Right then. So
Here, I'm just handing out a pouch of 50 gold to you. Like, just take it.
that'll work then. So at this point in time, I'll just go ahead and pull out that amber cube of components,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just go ahead and delete all my gold. That's a hot 0.
Fuck is that thing?
That's a great question.
Rosalind, go ahead and
I'll-
delete 50 gold.
Yep, did that.
This is a
Excellent.
real useful box, guys. You put
Uh,
gold
thi-
in it, and magic shit comes out.
This
Where
is
do you
a
get
real
gold
above tier
here?
question here.
Roseland,
Do
apparently.
how many charges do I need to consume? Do I have to make each individual ivory strip as its own component, or can I just do 4 ivory strips as one component? Because each one's worth 25 gold pieces.
And technically, you could get just a chunk of ivory and then strip it yourself.
I don't know how much this is going to cost, though.
Yeah.
The cube is fickle. That's why I'm asking its master.
That's a fair point.
The cube likes to steal money, is what you're saying.
Yeah. We all know that if you put in more than what you need, then poof, it's gone. That money doesn't come back.
That is
Doesn't cycle
correct.
over.
Hey, you guys figured it out.
Interesting cube.
You need 4 ivory strips worth 50 gold pieces each.
25 gold pieces each. Unless I misread that. mean,
I
that's not
see
what the point
incense
is.
worth 250 gold pieces, which the spell consumes,
Frick.
and
It is
4
50 each.
ivory strips worth
Damn.
50 gold pieces each.
I can't count. I'm going to need at least another 100 gold pieces. Just like I drew the tiny circle earlier. You know, apparently sometimes we dwarfs make mistakes. Not all the time, just apparently 2 in a very short period of time.
Don't you just need 50 more gold? No,
Uh,
it would be 100
I
more.
need 100 more, yes.
Cool. And you both now have 0 gold. Here you go.
Hot diggity damn.
And
Well, with
you
that-
you will have to do that 4 times, yes.
You mean 5 times?
4
Yeah,
ivory strips is
4
what
for
I'm
the
talking
ivory.
about.
So I'm not going to click it 5 times. I'm just going to set the charges to 0. And click it once for everyone to see. There you go. Everybody can see it now. So as you all see me set this amber cube on the ground, and I take 250 gold pieces, and I dunk it in the cube, and I shut the lid, and all these little lights come on, and I look around for the where's the incense button, and then I turn the little knob up to 250 gold pieces, and then slam that one down as I reach in and pull out a brick of incense, I assume.
Yep.
And then I throw 50 gold pieces in, and then a little strip icon lights up, and I'll hit that, and a little ivory strip, and I'll just do that 3 more times until I have 4 ivory strips.
This would have made Bellary so happy instead of trying to find incense all over this goddamn forsaken place.
You just had to get here. Just had to get
So,
here.
And
Have
instead,
you-
you got
Tattooed.
fingered to death.
Or
Have
get
you-
tattooed. Wit just gets to ride the coattails of this decision. No more incense for Wit.
have you tried putting other things in there, like besides money, to see if it makes other things when you put something else besides money? Like, did you try put a rock in there and then press a button and see what happens?
It doesn't quite like rocks.
Please don't break the box, Archie. This is a pretty
Interesting.
cool find.
I'm just asking questions. I didn't put anything in there.
No, I'm
Yet.
just anticipating concerns, okay?
Yes.
Look,
I like
unfortunately,
money.
you have a little bit of resemblance to someone that I care about very much. And some of those instincts seem to just not be able to not kick in when it comes to you. So please don't put rocks in the box.
Can I put mud in the box?
If you clean it out.
Good to know.
Hmm.
By the way, now that all 5 charges are consumed for that box, the amber light the light that was within the amber dulls. So it just looks like a dark brown box now.
Now,
Hmm.
what are you collecting components for, Val?
Well, just in case the rituals in a silly language that somehow I won't be able to read it, I need a spell that will make sure I can.
Hmm.
Okay. Thinking ahead. So we
Mhm.
can't leave until tomorrow at the earliest. But that even might be too early considering you need to actually get a hold of that book, or you getting the book today.
I need to prepare the spell. God, I can't remember how to spell incense.
INCENSE.
BANANAS.
I think I actually
Ah,
spelled
there
it
we
right.
go. Good job. Good job. I'm sitting over
That's
here
totally
like
how you
worrying
spell
about
it.
something completely silly, but whatever.
Boobs?
Those are not silly, sir.
Hey, so I'm planning on turning in early so that I can wake up early and go down, look at the book, prepare my spell, and that way, whenever everybody else wakes up, we can head out at, well, first light or whenever, and head towards the ritual site, because it's going to take a couple days for, I assume, Regier and the procession of revenants to arrive at the hill, correct?
Misery nods.
Aye, so
So is getting the book considered as something that shouldn't be done or should be done? Is it considered stupid?
For what?
Who
I
are
don't
you
know.
asking?
And I'm asking Baldwin. Like, do somebody need to go with you to get the
Oh,
book?
so probably the less people the better, because the last time a bunch of people went down there, from what I was told, something really bad happened.
is it that
So,
the same place?
Mhm.
It's down in the hole?
so remember how we were standing in the throne room and that guardian came up to the top of the hallway where the supposed hole was at, and now it's like a tunnel? Well, there's a guardian there. If you all remember, Misery was telling us that even when Godfrey was here, the guardian wasn't too happy.
I thought the guardian was guarding the vault. Am I mixing those two things up? Are they
The
the same thing?
So
Underground thing.
where Misery was sitting, like when we first walked into Argynvost itself, that area, which has been turned into a quick eating hall for the living, that on that as you enter the far wall is where Jinx discovered a hole and went down, and then it was bricked up behind her. Coming back from the Amber Egg adventure, that area has been framed off as a doorway, and that is where Regier was laying around a pretty good sized chair that Misery was sitting in, which was all in front of that said doorway. As you all were eating one of the times that you were out there, you had noticed that there was some kind of metallic guardian that you guys heard you heard the footsteps echoing from those tunnels, and then you saw some kind of metallic thing with um, dark blue eyes. That's all that you could see about them, that kind of glowed from the metallic helmeted or helmeted head in the shadows before it turned around. And when it turned around, you noticed a very, very big and jagged bladed a sword on its back as it walked back down. And then Misery just around the whole ritual time frame was saying that the guardian, which can be possibly inferred as that metallic thing, barely put up with her when Godfrey was around.
Okay, so it
So
is not
Valgwyn is
guarding the
inferring that
vault.
that
It's
metallic
guarding.
thing is the guardian.
Okay, so it's not guarding the vault. It's guarding the
The
catacombs.
hallway and the entrance. Yeah.
Okay, that was what I was confused by.
I mean, that's
Okay.
the entrance to the, if you want to call it the vault, but that's the entryway to it. What are you referring to as the vault? I guess
Okay.
I'm
The
confused.
vault is what I was thinking of, was the little treasure area that had all the treasure in it, and then there was the catacombs with the bodies that we went down. Those are the two different things. So I think I've got it now.
The vault that had treasure, as far as Argynvost is concerned, was in the church under the platform. The what is that platform called for you churchy
The-
peoples?
The
The
pew,
altar?
whatever the
Sacrificial
I think you were-
Altar.
The
Yes,
altar.
sacrificial altar,
Minus
obviously.
the sacrifice. My bad. I've never sacrificed anyone
Are
recently.
you sure?
Okay, got it. I
Those
know
are where
what's
you have the
happening.
sexy sacrifices.
Okay, so there's a reason why you can't get it today. You're gonna do tomorrow, and so we plan on rolling out then. That's what I'm hearing.
Aye.
I have a question. And as Archie says this, she's going to take out one of the swords and just kind of hold it and like twist it around in her hand, their hand. So why are you going to go down there if last time it was bad for somebody to go down there?
Great question.
We need the
Hey,
book.
so I'm going down there with a purpose to find a book to learn about this ritual that we're about to do that's basically kind of like the linchpin to our whole anti-Strahd strategy.
So it kind of sounds like that there's important shit down there that could help this place kill Strahd. Am I correct?
The book is the only thing that you're taking from there, and me and Val will be the only ones going down there. No arguments about that one.
Oh, I'm not arguing about who's going down there. I'm just asking questions because I would hate for somebody to go down there and to fuck up this whole operation. Like, you two wouldn't do that, would you? Flip the sword around a little bit.
Hey, probably not anymore. Then you would go down there and fuck up the operation, right? Random person we met in the swamp?
Well, if it could go bad for this place, I'm not going down there at fucking all.
Aye, well, unless you'd rather have Rajir, the son of our gracious host, go all vampire on everyone's ass and kill us, then yes, we need to take the risk and go look at the book and see what the hell is going on.
I think we're saying the same thing. Archie's staying up here with the rest of us. Y'all are gonna go get that book, and then we're gonna go save the vampire dragon. Okay? I think we're all on the same page, right? Right, Archie? Am I hearing
I'm
correct?
just saying, we don't want anybody to fuck up what's going on.
We're
Right?
splitting again?
We're what, Trixie?
Everybody's going to be in the castle, so no, we're not splitting up in that sense. But yes, when it comes to the tunnel, nobody's going in but Val and myself.
Y'all are so confusing.
That is a little bit of a mixed message, but I think it does kind of make sense in this case, especially if that guardian barely let Misery down there. There's no way the rest of us are being this tangential be allowed down that hallway.
And the fact that we're going to do this in the morning is probably good because this sword might help with the guardian if I have some
Maybe
time with it.
somebody can also explain how a dragon was made.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear that story too, actually.
That's a great question.
That's a little fucking confusing. I'm
Well,
just
you
saying.
see,
Who's
when a
also-
mommy dragon and a daddy dragon love each other,
Who's this?
and or
just
it
like, "Oh,
just
this one of
happens
our
to be
hosts."
mating season, you
When
get
the
baby
stork dragon
dragons.
comes,
And then somebody turns on the Barry White, and then it's all over from there, you know?
Wait, from what I heard, this was like a multiple people situation. So was there like a mommy and a mommy and a daddy and a daddy and a daddy and a mommy, or a mommy, a mommy, a mommy? What happened here?
I'm going to leave that one to your imagination because it's more fun that way. Now let's go.
Now, come on, Rothan. We've been
I kinda
working
like
on
that.
communication here. There's some of us that weren't. Most of us weren't here. What is?
I have no idea how the dragon thing worked, honestly. So you're
Look,
asking the wrong
okay,
person.
look, I'm trying to go get some rest so we can learn about this ritual. So I will keep this quick. When we first came here to Argynvost, Holt, we met Argynvost, the dragon himself. So,
Mm-hmm.
in order to save certain party members, we needed some of his scales. Well, he wanted something in trade in return. So each of us gave up something or took an oath. So all of those different parts were then spun together with another part that someone gave up as I'll like head nod towards Misery and be like, and that's how baby dragons were made, apparently.
There you go, you kinky motherfuckers.
Okay. That almost
makes-
made sense, but
I don't presume to understand how any of that worked. All I
Just
know
clear
is
as swamp
that's
water.
probably the reason why Regier, whose name escaped me there temporarily, became infected with this corruption, is because part of it came from Lulu when she was infected with vampirism herself, and I gave up all my knowledge, and Sorastra gave up all of her memory, and Belry gave up her memories of home, and Rothan took the oath and became the champion, and Misery, well, you'll have to ask her what she gave up because that's a private matter for her to discuss.
right. That's almost clearer. I appreciate the story.
It was still as clear as swamp water.
Well, I figured you'd appreciate that, Trix, considering how much you like mud.
I mean, it was clear.
Clear as mud.
I didn't say clear as mud. I said clear as swamp water.
Which probably is
Swamp
a little
water
clear.
isn't clear.
It's
It's a
clearer
little
than
clearer
mud.
blood. This is confusing. Maybe go take
Oh.
a nap, Val.
Okay, so we've got the rest of today before we leave, basically, for the rest of us that aren't those two. Points at Ro and Val, who are going to do other things in other
I
places.
don't know what Rothan's doing the rest of his evening. I need to go to sleep so I can wake up early.
Yeah, I'm taking time with the sword and then going to sleep so that I can go with you.
I assume we've been
Okay.
walking back towards the front of Argynvost this whole time. We haven't been standing around, at least after the cube component thing.
Licking the starstone for that good marshmallow flavor.
I mean, no one's told us it tastes like marshmallows yet. What's a marshmallow?
Who knows?
Technically, it's a
Like-
gelatinous cylinder, not a cube. There's a difference.
So like the big daddy dragon wanted to have a little baby daddy dragon? That's why that happened? I'm a little confused on some of these details. What was the purpose of the tiny dragon coming into being from the big daddy dragon?
Why not?
I mean, we're kind of assuming as part of the. I'm assuming as part of the plan to defeat Strahd that would be the only reason the dragon himself would do that.
Don't know.
Did
I wasn't
nobody
with them
ask
when
these
this happened.
questions when this happened?
Well, I
Wasn't
bet
here.
they did, but Rothan and Valgwyn are the only ones still alive, so.
Misery will speak up and she'll say, at the time, we didn't really know what Regier was and what his impact meant. It really wasn't until a few days ago that I learned it and shared it with the group.
What is his purpose then?
Hope.
Defeat Strahd?
His purpose is hope. And right now, hope is dying.
So is this like a service the castle offers? Can I get a reading to see what my purpose is?
Oh my god.
You would probably have to speak with the Madam of the Vistani for that.
Oh.
Oh my
Never-
god, is she still missing? Oh my god! This character doesn't know any of that! God!
Can't keep track of any of this shit no more.
Oh my.
Alright, go take your naps, big guys. Maybe I'll
They're
go
already gone.
get some supplies. I don't.
But like, did you guys like trust those two? Like they're on the up and up. They do what they're supposed to. They're not here to fuck shit up.
I'll go with them if it makes you feel better.
Oh, that's true. Den Mother, you should be able to go, no problem.
So confusing.
I mean, I feel fine. I'm just asking a question.
I mean,
Like,
from
are
what
they
you guys
tr-
have said, they caused the blood rain, so
There's a lot of shit that seems to be happening, and you said that those two have been around like the longest.
all
Do you
of it.
trust those two?
For the most part, yeah. I
Yeah.
trust
Oh,
their
that
intention.
that's very
Trust their
comforting.
intention.
For the most part, that is a super comforting answer. I feel totally good about this.
Look, trust is a process, honey. It's not something that's just given right away. All right, we're working on it. And intent goes a long way, and having a common goal goes even farther. So, right now, our goals are pretty well aligned. And we're all sort of tied together via this oath that we've all taken that you were very excited to take, if I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And he taps at the like part of the tattoo that's poking out on his collar. So, right now we're in this together. They're not going to go down and mess anything up. Valgwin
Heard
learned
that.
once, and Rothan's pretty protective of this place. And Siobhan will kill anyone that makes this anything remotely complicated. So I think it'll be just fine.
Hence the nobody else is going down because I said so bit.
That's a pretty good impression, Trix. Well done.
Thank you.
Daddy Dwarf is a little, and Soldier Man. Daddy Dwarf and Soldier Man, they're a little. "Arr."
Yeah, they
Daddy
mean well,
Dwarf
though.
and Soldier Man?
You'll get used to the nicknames, I promise. You'll get used to them.
This is my new favorite thing. Please call that Valgwin that to his face, but only when I'm within visual distance, but out of smiting distance, okay?
Am I supposed to call him something else? I mean, isn't that what he is? Daddy Dwarf?
His name.
I,
His name. Arcadia.
That's boring. We're not going to do that today. Or
I know.
ever.
I should have. I.
okay, do me a favor. When you come up with Trix's nickname, also please make sure that I am within visual distance, but out of arm's range.
I am
I'm gonna-
standing right here.
I'm gonna like Arcadia's gonna turn their entire body to Trix. I'm still working on that one. We'll get there. Don't you worry.
Oh.
Okay, I don't have to back up.
I don't like nicknames. Don't even think about it.
So all those times I've been calling you Trixie, you haven't murdered me?
You've never called me Trixie.
I could literally called you Trixie just a second ago.
To my face.
Wit
I
literally
was
calls you
standing
Trixie
right-
all the time.
all the time.
You've been like right. I've been here.
I don't. It tells you how much I pay attention to you.
Wow.
Aw.
So I've noticed this group is interesting, Archie. They don't pay attention to each other either.
You know, I haven't been struck down yet, so Trixie's gonna stick around.
I just get used to not being giant form anymore. So apparently, I almost killed somebody in giant form. So just be glad I'm not a giant anymore.
Which time did you almost kill someone in giant form?
Bellary.
Oh. Well, I was kind of joking considering your propensity to just kind of flail around, but there was an actual time you almost killed someone in your giant form? Did you lose your
Bellary.
temper?
No, I just backhanded her and didn't realize
Let
my
me guess.
face, and she
You were
went
left
flying.
unsupervised.
That sounds about right, Siobhan. Left unsupervised with a wee bit of a temper.
I don't have that much of a temper.
Sure you don't, princess.
There's the nickname. Hang on, I'm backing up.
I just grab my sword and go find a clear spot for me
It's
to
o-
start
I-
swinging it around again.
It's okay. I like them short and surly.
I just kind of shake my head and walk away.
If she ends up being able to do that giant thing again, I don't know if you witnessed that. That might be a feature, not a bug for you, Archie.
Well, that sounds hot.
That's what I said. Well, I'm assuming there's no were ravens around for anything to report. They're out on assignment, so
There are ones that are around, but they're all actively doing things around the castle. Like the young and the elderly aren't instructed. I won't use the word forced. Aren't instructed to go out and do things, but they are expected to help around here. So like some of them are cleaning. Um, some might be, now the training ground's no longer being used as a ritual place, are out there learning even just basic dagger maneuvers, things that, when inevitably things go wrong, everybody's got to have some way to defend themselves.
great. No, I was thinking Adrian in terms of
No,
taking and
Adrian's
getting a
not here.
report. So
No.
yeah, I figured. So I will probably fly up and do a little bit of a perimeter, and then go to the kitchen and start getting some supplies together for the trek.
Okay.
Archie's gonna go over like near where Trix is doing all the sword stuff, but like not close enough to be in the way. And then like start doing push-ups, but every time Trix gets close enough to hear Archie, it'll be, 1, 2, 400, 412. And then when she comes back, 800. Going up.
Nice.
I'll
A
just wait as Siobhan as
1,020.
everybody else is. Is it always like this with this group?
I'm not sure who you're asking that question to, because I think Trix is the only one around you now.
No. Oh, I thought
Oh, am
Siobhan was
I?
still there.
Oh, is
I thought
Siobhan still there?
I walked away and
Because
was
Trix
doing
walked
my.
away to go sword player, whatever.
I walked away to go swing the sword around some more because I don't have giant strength anymore.
Yeah, it's just Savon then, because Wit went
Yeah.
flying.
Yep, so that's why I look at Siobhan.
I don't know where Siobhan's at. Misery, we can't hear you.
She typed in chat.
Hmm.
Oh, everybody else just went off to do stuff. Viviana was just asking, is it always like this with this group? That they're kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wander then.
Yeah,
See what I
that's
can
what
see.
I'm saying. Siobhan, you love us. We brought your egg back. Mommy tired.
All right. Well,
Huh.
two of you are resting. One of you's attuning to a hot sword.
Before I rest, I do want to do one thing, but
What is the
please
thing that
continue.
you would like to do?
Obviously, I need to do something that hasn't been done yet. You know what I'm identifying? It's in my inventory.
The knife.
The unidentified dagger.
Oh yes, the
The
unidentified dagger.
Quite literally the random dagger in my inventory.
What?
Bravo.
Oh yeah,
Bravo.
it's happening.
Why do you
For a
want to?
long-
Why do you want
know
to do
damn
that?
well why I want to know about this dagger.
Why? No, you
Don't
don't
worry
want
about
to
that.
do that.
It's just
Yeah, I
sharp.
do.
It's just a sharp dagger that made Trix bleed out almost, you know.
It's vain.
You know why I need to do this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well. Let's put this back in. You just added random dagger into your thing,
Yeah,
right?
I did. I just added a dagger and named
Gotcha.
it random dagger.
Got it. We're gonna
And
delete
it's gone.
that. We're going to hit that.
Now I got the deets. What a troll!
Now, hang on. When you go to the item itself, can you see the unidentified description now that it's been identified?
Yes.
Okay. That is all that you get from the identified spell.
Yeah. That's why I said it's a troll.
But
Damn.
you know its name.
Yeah, I do know what it's called now. It is a named dagger. That's about all I got out of it.
Oh,
You got some information from it.
I got some information. That's
Oh,
my
it's probably
information though.
cursed and gonna kill us all.
Burn it like the knife
Maybe.
by the heart.
Yep, set it on fire. Remove curse.
Yeah, do it. Do it right now. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cast remove curse.
Dios te bendiga.
Come on.
Is he
Get outta
really?
here.
Come on,
Fuck
do
that
it.
smile on your
Ow.
face. I'm
Come
not
on,
doing
do
it.
it.
I know, but
Come on,
no,
do it.
No,
Do
no,
it.
No.
Remove the curse.
I choose to severance this conversation.
Oh, poor Severance. All right, well, you've successfully identified Zidagao, and I guess I need to remove Retribution of the Damned from you because you don't have it anymore.
That's right.
No mo, no mo, no mo, no mo.
Yep.
Valgrind, anything else you'd like to do before you go and take a
No,
long nappies?
I'm ready. I'm ready to take a nap now.
All right. Rothan spending some time with your Retribution of the Damned.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and tune and equip it if you would like. Nice.
When I attune to it, since it, sort of talks to me, I'm gonna be talking to it. See if I can figure something out.
What do you say to the sword?
Do you have any control over the form of your self, I guess?
Roll a D100, please.
Ooh.
Nice.
Either really good or really bad. Don't know.
Nice. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh.
With advantage, because you rolled pretty high there with your D-hundies.
Bless 'em.
Okay.
Mhm,
And he's by
mhm.
himself.
Fine. Rothan's possessed by a sword. It's fine.
That's a 14. It's not terrible.
Possessed by sword.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, other
You know
characters
what?
experience with that.
I do not know what.
I fuck it. You know, I might as well go all out on this roll because I don't know what else we're gonna do today anyway. So I'll use that DM inspiration.
Oh,
Nothing
go ahead.
important's
Make
gonna
one more
happen
roll then.
today at all.
Hey, now
Okay.
it's a 23.
Worth it.
Okay. All right. Spelling is hard.
Exverm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will give me an insight roll.
Hey,
Look at you go.
Yeah, I can't spell, so ignore that. That's what you get from your insight.
mm-hmm. Good to know. I plan to fulfill this oath, but I cannot do it yet. We are not prepared. If you're willing to help me, though, in changing your form to something more fitting my fighting style, we can get it done faster and easier. All right. Well, I'll make do then. And I will go to bed. Ooh. Yeah. All right. I'm still going to bed, but it's good to know.
All right. Two people are sleepy slappies. Some of yous are wandering, some are packing.
Cooking to make sure we've got supplies for us.
Okay. Thou art muted. There you go. Maybe.
It's so good of me to remember to hit the button and then forget about it. I said I suppose I'd wander over to Wit to see what Wit's cooking up, see what food they have here that we probably don't have in other parts of Barovia.
Oh, I'll put you to work. You're in my kitchen. You don't stand around. Get you some gloves. Get you some meal. We're gonna be making hardtack. This thing will last for years.
So we're dehydrating it all. Okay then.
We're gonna be making some jerky. We're gonna be making some bacon. That's just for us. Shh, don't tell the others. We don't know what kind of
Okay.
meat it is, but I did save a little bit of the patty bits from breakfast, so shh, it's ours. And so yeah, he'll get you helping.
Okay then. Guess I'm helping in the kitchen.
Wow.
I'll just listen to listen to Wit chatter on then, I guess.
Oh yeah, Wit is very friendly. He will ask you where you're from, how you been, what happened in your life.
Go
Uh,
for it then.
you know, hand me that thing over there. Hand me that spatula over there. You're
Oh,
gonna
this
burn
one,
this if you
okay.
don't. Yeah, if you don't flip that, now flip it. You got to pay
Okay,
attention to it.
sorry.
Okay, all right.
We just did a lot of
Anywho,
soups
so
and
you
stews.
well, you picked up Archie out of the dirt. Seemed like that was a little of an interesting choice of yours. How come you adopted a pet?
Kind of was the other way.
Oh, you're the pet, huh?
Not necessarily. It's just more like I when I found the resistance, I found or she was already there.
Okay. And do I remember right? This resistance thing is a little new to you.
Newish. Not super
When
new.
when did you join up?
Just
Why?
well, more formally after my father died.
Player note: has this been discussed? Does Wit know this?
I
Because
think
I
it
know
was
we've been
mentioned
having some.
briefly kind of when we were chatting last time. I believe I had mentioned that my father had died after when it was their blood rain was there.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Hmm.
So because I was about to say, I think Wit would remember very specifically what you're saying. The player has a much faultier memory. Um,
Goldfish.
goldfish? Yeah.
Huh? What are
I
goldfish?
thought you said cold fish, and I kind of want to go with that one now. Cold fish.
More sense in Barovia.
Hand me that fish, by the way. Um, so it was just you and your daddy then? That's
Yes.
when you lost him?
Yep.
What may I ask what happened to the rest of your clan?
Hmm. It's only ever been the two of us as long as I can remember.
Hmm. I honestly have to say that I both do and don't know what that's like. It's just been Jinxie and I for forever, but it's also kind of hard to feel like it's just been Jinxie and I when you literally don't have a square feather worth of space to yourself because your whole
Hmm.
family is always breathing down your neck.
Hmm.
So if I can interest you in Were Ravenhood, you will never ever want for any sort of alone time ever. Well, no, wait, you'll want for the alone time. You'll never have any alone time if that's something that interests you.
Not at the moment.
Well, can't blame you there.
Plan has to be to take care of Strahd first. He's to blame for all the problems.
I used to think so too. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do. But there was something weird we saw in the swamp. And, made it seem a little more complicated than it just starting with him. Something here's tethering. Something's tethering him to the rest of us, and his bad decisions are making things bad for the rest of us. Again, I'm not calling
So
him
his
any
bad
sort of innocent party.
decisions.
I'm not calling him any sort of innocent party. Not in the least. But there's something bigger afoot that I don't understand. And, I like to understand things. Flip it. You can't let it settle. This is not good quality meal. All right,
Not
that's
going
a
to be
burn one.
anyway.
It's all right. We'll put that one in Rothen's pack. It'll be fine. He'll never notice. Or to actually Trix. She won't break a tooth, and she'll never notice. It's perfect.
Interesting. Noted.
She'll never know.
What is Arcadia and Trix doing?
3004.
I just ignored you. After swinging around the sword, I just find a seat in the great hall and watch the hole.
That's it? You just watch the big opening in the back of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I walk by Arcadia, I go, that was actually 50, not 3,000. Good try, though.
Get up and go to the kitchen.
Trix, give me a perception roll. Cool. Sitting there for about 20 or so minutes, you hear the heavy metallic footsteps echoing from there. And you see again, full plate, heavy, large individual, the same blue light or eyes coming from beyond the full covered helmet. It kind of just looks around, like actively, like you can see the lights moving around before it turns, and you hear the heavy footfalls again echoing back down.
I would like to sit there long enough where I can kind of tell if there's a rotation of how long before
You
it
want to
comes
know
back
when he
around.
comes back?
Yes.
Got it. So you're willing to sit here until you see it again. Okay.
What's for dinner? I'm hungry.
Oh, give me that one. Toss
what?
the burnt one at you.
So good.
Why does she carry that painting around?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Where did it come from?
That's a great question.
You don't know.
Ask her. I don't know. Look, I don't ask things unless I'm outside of swinging distance.
Does she like art?
That art.
Huh.
There isn't much art in Barovia, other than that.
Well, now that's a little limiting. Come on now. There's art everywhere if you look.
I'm not
People are very
paintings
creative.
like that, though, you know?
That's true.
Those colors.
The only thing
Beautiful.
I know is I heard something about her getting it from a lover. Some giant god
Oh.
that came through here.
A
A
god?
god.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
the same one that blessed Valgwyn's forge.
Holy
Or
shit.
no, I think that's a different god. I think that he might be connected. I don't know. I have to say that I'm a little ignorant about some of this stuff, mostly because I don't know what the hell's happening there, but also I got a little confused in the situation. Ask her about it. I'm sure she'll be forthcoming with that information.
Is there any like broken plates around here? Like broken dishwares or anything?
Everything back here is seemingly new for Barovia.
New for Barovia. So is there like any area of the castle that had broken wood, broken stone?
Not uh not that you have seen with this character, no.
Okay. Moving on.
I mean, things break.
Mm-hmm. Is Misery with us?
No.
I can't ask permission from Mommy Misery if she's not here. Okay, moving on.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do before we go to Betty by time?
I stay in the Great Hall.
You just sleep there?
I'm waiting for Valgwyn and Rothan, but I imagine I probably eventually fall asleep.
So yes, you sleep there. Got it.
Nope. I just go to bed. Take a nice bath because it's probably the last one for a while, and bed.
Yep. I'll spend a little time on embroidery before I head to bed.
Okay.
I need like a scrap of wood or really thin stone or a plate that looks like I could use it. Something that's a canvas. That's what I need. I need to go looking around. If I find Misery, be like, I need something to put something on, like some big ass sheet of paper or something. I'm gonna ask random skeletons as they walk by, even. Like, hey, dude, Boney, clickety clack knees. I need blah 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 until something answers me.
Give me your survival roll.
Sweet. I don't want to break shit without it. Oh fuck.
So much for not breaking shit.
As you are looking around for something that, in my mind, is more scrap-like, because kind of seems like what you're looking for. Um, like looking around the castle itself, you can see where bits of it are older, but bits of it are obviously newer. Like the coloration of the stone's different. And inside here, like inside the castle itself, like there's nothing broken. Like it's been, excuse me, even so far as like dust and cobwebs aren't existent any longer. Not that you as a character would know any longer, but player wise, it's I mean, them old were-ravens are good at a couple things. Cleaning seems to be one of them. Finding random crap that doesn't belong, another. Hoarding that somewhere, but not telling anybody where that hoard's at, probably another. Um, Looking around, like just the castle itself, you don't find anything, but you go outside and it was already a really dark day that was really overcast whenever you guys were doing the ritual. Coming around that training ground area, there's a few bonfires out. The kindness is back, and one of the ravens gives you a wooden plate.
No, thank you so much. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go see if I can find like a place that's really muddy and grab a handful of mud and take my plate and my handful of mud back to my room so I can make a portrait.
Okay. All right. Well, with everybody in their room and or doing their darndest to stay awake in the central hall and totally failing, let's take a break, a potty break, because some of us have got to pee. All right. We are back on the internet. All right. Well, the two people who took a nappy earlier, go ahead and hit your rest long buttons and don't prepare legend lore.
I mean, why not? Are you gonna let me cast it for free? Am I gonna get a free casting of Legend Lore that's like
No.
an innate spell casting thing, so I don't need to prepare it?
No.
Well, then I'm gonna prepare Legend Lore. Why would you
Damn
do
it.
this to me? Let's see. I feel like I should keep that spell.
Rothan, make sure you prepare all your spells.
We'll get rid of that for
Oh,
now.
yeah. I got 2. I think they're always prepared though, so I think I'm good.
I feel like we're not gonna have an
Oh
opportunity.
wait, no. I have 4 now. I forgot. But the other 2 are also always prepared because it's sword and mace. So
Fancy.
Rothan's like, I've prepared fist. I cast fist.
No, that's the monk over there.
Let's see. There's Legend Lore. Do I need to move anything else around? Eh. Eh. Nah, screw it. It'll be fun. All right, I've got my spells prepared for the day.
Okay.
Savan, is there anything else you wanted to do with Misery? Okay. Awesome. Well, in that case, a couple of you are up early, head down to the Great Hall, hear a strange sound, but when you get there, you discover it's just Trick snoring because she's fallen asleep. Misery and Savan are sitting at a table. What do you guys do?
Well, first I will walk into said kitchen, find whatever is ready to eat. I don't care if it's a wheel of cheese. I will
Wid
eat
would
some of
have
it.
left making the supplies. He knew the group, at least 3 of you were getting up early. He would have left something for breakfast for the group before
Oh,
he went to
wasn't
bed.
that nice? Well, Valgwin will
Nice.
eat his share.
Okay.
Probably go into the kitchen, get it, come back out, like, eating and then like talking. So there's like food bits like going through the air, falling down into the beard. So right then, I take it the 2 of you are then joining us downstairs, or are you staying up here? Speaking to Misery and Siobhan, who are sitting there, and I assume Rothan's like nebulously there doing something.
Yes, sorry. I'm back.
Yes, I'm going to show you the thing that I was trying to understand.
Right then. So I'll just cram whatever it is. Just wolf that down.
Okay.
Put the plate there on the table.
Misery stands up and starts walking towards that doorway.
Go with her.
Yeah, after you.
Yep.
I am going to pull the sword out just in case.
Okay. All right. So going past this doorway area, as first time anybody's actually gotten close to it, it's it's a lot bigger than than the opening that it used to be. In the fact that even Rothun's broad shoulders are able to go through without being close to the sides at all. Like armor on and everything. Significant sized opening for what was here before. There is a downward slope to this hallway that you're in. And just like before, where it was the small square with the perfect 90-degree corners, this is, while more rectangular, it's still a perfect 90-degree corners. And it is smooth. As you follow Misery for hundreds of feet, you can see that eventually the embedded in the are on the walls themselves, there are scrape marks, and the scrape marks are in the bottom left section and the bottom right section. There doesn't seem to be any, otherwise it's perfectly smooth except for those two sections. Looking around, I mean, unless somebody's lighting a torch, you guys see a bunch of black and gray.
I mean, I'll just light my hammer. Shebang.
There you go.
So quick question. Because Valgwin was not here the last time we went downstairs.
Mhm.
So is this perfectly smooth, like something came through as a block and perfectly took out everything down here, or is there stonework on the walls?
It's not stone work. It literally looks like perfectly smooth. Like you don't even see chisel marks.
Like somebody forced a long square down into the earth and pulled it back out.
Yep.
Okay.
And the corners, again, are perfect 90-degree corners. The only bits that aren't smooth and perfect are these scrape marks that are on the bottom left and right hand side. As you continue following Misery down, you come to a T. And she goes right. I need all of you that are going down there to give me hearing checks.
Do I have an exhaustion still?
I bet because you don't have a token on the map, the long rest didn't remove exhaustion.
I'll just roll it normal then.
You shouldn't. Rothund doesn't.
Ooh, rip.
Savon doesn't.
Rolled a 4, still got a 17.
There's Misery, last name not being said out loud.
It's Argon boss, right?
I did get hitched after all, then, eh?
All of you would hear the sound of metal coming from the left path. It is rhythmic and steady. And Misery goes, "Oh, good. He's not here yet." And she seems to quicken her pace. This too, same size rectangular pathway, the same scrape marks in the bottom left and right. As you follow this path down, you can see in the distance dim light beyond what your light can give you. You see dim multicolored lights. And as you get closer to it, you come into a large opening underground. At the center of this opening is the skeletal remains of a large dragon, completely blackened. Valgwyn, this looks very familiar, as the material that the manacles were made out of, the material that the Starstone was trapped in. That same rough black stone look appears is what makes up the entire skeletal system of these remains. You see the mosaic all around and multicolor lichen that have that are different colors that are releasing a bioluminescence. In here, Misery says, "Don't touch anything. Walk where I walk. And hopefully we don't damage anything." And so she starts skating around the dragon, like keeping a good berth to it. Savon, give me a history roll with advantage, please. Boom. Look at that.
Nailed it.
Savon, you recognize those remains. Those remains are Barrow Mirton, the original male dragon of this area. The first of his name. Basically, Argynvoss's great.
So basically, like the patriarch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just like it's like a flood of memories coming down here, seeing this of a time where this place was alive. All these remains have always been here in your time. This area was more lively than its current state. It's kind of bittersweet. You all make your way around the dragon to the path on the opposite end. This again, perfect rectangle, perfect 90 degrees, with still these scrapes on the bottom left and right. You walk for a little ways more before Misery stops, and she goes, "In this next room, there are multiple pressure plates. So again, step where I step. Otherwise, the anti-magic barriers will come down and we'll be trapped until somebody can save us." As she gestures in front of her, and you see a small division of paths where you are on one and there are 4 others, and they seem to make a star pattern. She takes one step in and then quickly, immediately turns into the path to the right. I need a 3 of you to give me dexterity ability checks. Can you
Oh
step where
boy.
she steps? So, what's our marching order first? What's our marching order?
I would assume I'm behind Misery.
All right. So you give me the check first.
Ability check.
Yes, dexterity ability check.
God. You know what? I know I'm bad at these. Can I give myself a little bit of help?
Now called holy juice. It's canon.
Yeah, I need some holy juice. I need juice.
Sure. Go ahead and have some holy juice.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
Dexterity's not my thing.
You take a step, like sweat coming down. You're really concentrating on like, this is where she said to step, and you succeed. You get through it.
Short and stubby legs, man, makes me nervous.
I was planning on going last, like being in the back of the group. So
That's fine. Savon, give me a dexterity
Fair.
ability
All
check.
right. God damn it.
Okay. So
That was the only way that would have happened.
I was so distracted by what had just happened. I swear.
I was like, wait, the 19. Yeah, no.
No, like this is like really, really funny because of her stats that she would do so fucking terribly on a
we
dexterity check.
we see the +5. We get it. You take
That's
a
what I
step.
meant.
You take a step in, and another flood of memories of the fact that to the left, the 2 paths to the left actually are the nesting chambers, where the temperature is much hotter for the eggs to be comfortably incubated. And you instinctively go that direction. And the rest of you hear as 5 gates slam down.
It's my fault is dead.
Well, let me draw some stuff here, I guess, right? Can I like move that? Yeah, it's close enough, right? Come on. Thanks. Yeah. Let's see here. We got miseries over here. Player
The
characters
top center one be at the
alive.
bottom. Because if we came in and immediately went to the right,
Yeah, it should be. We need a Savan, and a row, and a Val. And move this down here. Again, just trying to give a wee bit of a representation. Well, there you guys are. There's you. I need all of you to give me hearing checks.
roll the 2, still got a 15, nailed it.
Man,
Damn it.
At least you're getting them all out.
Yeah.
man.
She doesn't need to hear. She's in the middle of the cage.
Savon over
my
here
God.
still in
Oh,
her
misery.
still down memory lane here. Awesome. So Rothund, you immediately like turn around. You don't know the distance, but you hear metallic clanging, not quite as rhythmic as it was before, and getting closer.
You guys might want to hurry up, whatever you're doing back there.
Well, Misery, what do we do when the gates come down?
She's gonna turn to look at you and go, I have no idea.
Then, so we're outside, so perhaps there's a release somewhere here on the wall. So I'm going to use my sweet dwarven feature that I never get to use, but I totally have, of stone cutting. Yeah. And see if I can find a pressure like stone you can push in or something and be like, oh, that's how we deactivate the trap.
Give me investigation roll with advantage.
$13.
This corridor that you're on, like others that you've been in, perfect rectangle, perfect 90 degrees, scraping on the bottom and left and right hand side.
So this hallway is perfectly smooth. I don't see anything to press over here, unless there's a floor plate. As I start stomping my little feet.
I guess I'll back over here if that's what we're doing.
Rothund, I assume you're gonna cast light on yourself so you can see a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll cast light on my.
Because right now the light's in the on the other corner there. Go ahead and give me investigation roll. Rothund.
There's the low roll.
This is so painful.
Smooth fucking walls. Smooth walls.
Nothing over here that I can see. Like, technically, you guys can still move forward, right? It's just Siobhan stuck in there.
But we do have to get out of here at some point.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Well, Siobhan, you're supposed to be here from Argynvost, right? Do you remember how to deactivate this trap?
Isn't that a loaded question?
It is!
Well, do you? What are you doing, Siobhan? Give me a history roll, Cookie Eater. Cookie Monster.
I'm a cookie monster. Is that history?
History, yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. 18? What? It's crazy. The metal clanging is getting closer.
I remember them having to be deactivated with the smooth green stone that has a dragon on it, but I don't remember where that's at.
Does this sound like the the thing that I have in my inventory?
Oh, I see what you're thinking there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just there as a reminder. That's not an
Okay.
actual. That's
Okay.
not a. It's not an item per se.
I was really hoping it was because I was like, that fits the description.
I Completely forgot that's the symbol I put on that for that. No, that's not an actual item. That's why it weighs
Alright.
nothing. Of course, so does your black lantern, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, we don't, unless maybe you have one of those, I don't think we can open these right now then. Unless the, Guardian has one.
Sound is louder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if any of you have noticed, but the Guardian is on his way. So, depending on how reasonable we can be with him, might be able to open this up. Otherwise, I'm over here gonna have to deal with it myself.
I'm working on something. Please be patient.
I can't see you, so I don't know what you're doing unless you say
That's
something.
fine. I'm thinking very hardly about the problem in front of us.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Mm,
Well, I've got nothing. Misery, should we check down the pathway?
I'm not sure where this goes. This was the part where Godfrey voiced what we needed and we went in a direction. Though whether that'll... It was... He voiced a place. I don't know where this stone thing could be. Maybe in the same archive? I don't... I'm sorry.
Well, there's only one way to find out then. I'll step in front of Misery.
Okay.
Down this pathway. And then I will announce, I need access to the archive of Simitril. Simitril. I don't know how it's pronounced, and doubly so with this accent. So roll with it.
Samirtil.
Simitril.
There you go. Good enough.
Good enough.
Confidently just start walking forward. Like you know exactly where to go.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then.
And Misery says, well, I guess don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. She follows backwards.
Nailed it.
Guys, we're getting so good at not splitting the party. Like, we're getting so good.
It's just
I know. I love it.
so good. So good, everybody. Great job.
You know what? Hang on now. At least we're like in groups, right? We got this group
Yeah.
going this way. This look, Rothan staying here with Savan. Like it's
Gotta have an
fine.
exit buddy. Everybody's got an exit buddy.
It worked out so well for me and Trix last time.
I don't know how we got to 4 people going downstairs.
Right?
Originally, this was just gonna be me.
Hmm.
And it ended up still just you.
Listen,
Uh,
this is perfect. The fact that I rolled terribly twice in a
it
row,
it
I
it makes sense though, right?
it totally does.
Hmm.
Like,
It's also all the memory juices drying her brain out. It's like,
yeah, all the muscle memory went to brain memory, and you're like, how swing arm, how move leg.
How
I
step
don't
the
know.
foot?
Juices.
You just needed some holy juice, TM.
I
Oh man. All right, well, Valgwin and Misery, you guys go a direction, but we're gonna stay here with Rothund and Savan
great.
as a friend shows up.
Oh boy,
I use that term very loosely, by the way.
I know you do.
And
That's more of a promise than a threat.
Rothund, you now understand what those scrapes on the sides of the walls are. It's
Hmm.
this thing's big sword dragging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
And the sword is out. And as
Yeah.
it sees you, it slows down.
Just holding my sword up, not like in an aggressive way, just holding it up to show I'm clearly here.
Yeah, but you're holding a
Uh-huh.
sword.
Yep.
In old Draconic, and in my mind, old Draconic is less flowy and more direct to the point. In a guttural but not machine voice, you're not Godfrey.
No, I am not. But I am the champion, if that makes any difference to you.
What does that even mean, champion?
And Lord Ardenvoss gave me his blessing,
Oh
and that
no.
I'm going to be here to help.
The metal entity gets closer to you. And you're a tall guy.
Hmm.
This is a head taller than you, so not much. And it leans and you hear a sniffing sound.
Hmm.
Your blessing is weak.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
It adjusts the point of the blade less aggressively. Why here?
We're looking for some information about a ritual that will help us with Regier's condition.
Little Lord sick.
Yeah.
As he looks from you past you. Den Mother?
Hmm. I'm gonna like wave at Shaban to come closer to the gate that is closed between us.
Yeah, I'm watching where I walk now, but yeah, I would approach.
It's going to get uncomfortably close, Rothan, as it tries to get closer to her.
I'll like stand sideways and press against the wall so he can, get as close as he can.
All right.
It is a big puppy.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's big.
He's a big boy.
Why awake?
The little lord woke me.
How trap?
I stepped in the wrong spot.
Den Mother make mistake?
Den Mother make mistake.
This thing is going to laugh like a full-on deep belly laugh. Like pure joy, can't believe it, laugh.
Probably enough that it's contagious enough that this will be the first time Shaban has ever seen Rothan smile.
Misery needs you to give me a history roll with advantage as this metallic creature removes the helmet.
Another fucking one.
Look, we're
Hey, but
shaking
it's
them all out
13.
Look,
Right.
no, with advantage, we're good. But another fucking one. How many? Oh my god.
I know. Listen, I told you, it's the memory fucking up with my brain juice. Okay.
The dice are telling a story, guys. Dice are telling a story.
As this individual removes the helmet, both of you, well, Rothun would see the back and side of a pure silver dragonborn. And Siobhan, you would recognize the dragonborn as Dargoth, one of your hatchlings. Dargoth, as a hatchling, was always smaller and more feeble than the rest. And clearly something has changed with that. And again, in Old Draconic, which again is more direct, less flowy, Little Lord woke me too.
I would give him a nod and respond back. You've gotten taller.
Big, scaly, toothy grin.
Hmm.
And you make mistake.
Yes, yes, I do.
I was pretty close, Vivian. The individual will reach into the old pouch next to him, pull out a green stone, touch the gate, and the gate will
We have two other friends down here that went ahead. Mind waiting here in case they also make a mistake? I really hope they don't.
Den Mother. Weak blood friend?
You could say that.
Big Lord Chose? Did you answer him?
Sorry, yes, I would have. I love him so much.
Oh
You
my
gave
gosh.
Misery another child. You have to give her a second to go like lose her shit over it.
I'm trying to not be loud and wake everybody up, okay?
You're terrible.
Hang on. I'll type it because I'm gonna get too loud.
Okay. While she's doing that, one of the blue, as he turns his head, one of the blue eyes looking at you, Rothund. How Godfrey's sword.
He sacrificed himself to save our group, and well, his sword was taken up by one of our other members, a good friend. But he didn't. He, I don't know if he didn't see himself as worthy or if he just didn't want it. But he put the sword in a spot for anyone to attempt to claim, and I did.
You're gonna see the scale around the eye come down as the eye kind of squints, and again there's a kind of like light behind it that burns blue, and as it squints, God, I just had the words in my head and now they went away. Don't tarnish. Earn it.
Yeah, that's the plan, and I'll do my best.
You here wake others? Is fight now?
Not yet. We're still preparing.
Where is little Lord's womb? I smell it around. It should not be down here.
uh, he's one of the ones that went down the hall over there.
Rothan, roll me a d20 for me. Okay. I will answer that in a moment, Savon. This is going to be whispered to you, Rothund. And to as he says that to you, looks back over to the den mother and goes, "Catacombs no longer safe. Water floods. Strange smelling creatures down here now." Water smell bad. Like rot fish.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Well, Bond, you wanna go after him real quick then? We Val did say where he was going out loud, right? So we can just do the same.
For me to answer? I'm sorry.
No. Savon's got noise in the background, so she's trying to type it out.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So he will say archive forbidden. I cannot go.
All right. You want to lead, Siobhan? You want to say the name of that archive and I'll follow, or you want to follow me?
Probably easier if you just say it and she follows you.
All right.
So give me an intelligence ability check.
Great. Hey, not terrible.
You remember exactly what Rothun said? Or Rothun, what Valgwin said. You are Rothun. God, jeepers.
I'll say it and then start walking then.
Okay. Well, while you guys are doing that, Misery and Valgwyn. Hashtag now me and Valgwyn. As you were walking down this corridor, there were multiple directions to go, like multiple different ways. Like there were paths to the left, paths to the right, and you instinctively just took one. It it just felt right. Just felt right. You went through enough different pathways to know that not knowing how to get here, you would have been days, if not months, trying to explore this place to find it. Eventually, you come to a a room that is only a 20 by 20. It's not a very big room. It is a perfect cube, though. And in the center of this 20 by 20 cube is a large, large engraving in the ground. And as you're looking at this and looking around, there are engravings and carves and runes everywhere inside there. And Misery goes, like I said, not exactly a book, but kind of is. What Godfrey asked for was the ritual of purification.
Right, so do I just stand here then and ask?
He was in the center, and I didn't see him do anything special. Just kind of asked, like he just expected this place to know what that meant.
One will stand there in the center, and he'll say, "Could I see all of the information pertaining to the ritual of purification, please?"
Okay. So when you step into the center, the first ring around you immediately glows. And as you ask that question from that ring, that energy, it goes off into different parts of the wall and ceiling and floor, pulling different runes and like ritual circles before pulling that together and showing it before you. And what you're looking at are 5 different seemingly rituals of purification. And you can see the one that Misery and Godfrey apparently had chosen. Give me a investigation roll.
Dane.
You can see, based off of your memory of seeing it drawn, the picture, and you recreating it, where they made mistakes to it. It worked, but it wasn't as efficient, which is why it pulled energy from the rest of you. you see the corrections that would need to be made.
So if all 5 of these are being displayed,
Mm-hmm.
like from left to right, which one of these, like what number is it? Like if it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, left to
I got
right.
it. So if we're going with that, with left to right, left being 1, right being 5, this is
Correct.
1.
Okay. Okay. I will ask again. Please disregard the other 4. I would like to see all of the relevant information for the first ritual. Like, I want to refine my search. I want to see more information about the ritual that they selected, is basically what I'm asking. Or is, like, everything that the archive knows already presented to me? I guess.
Give me a intelligence ability check.
The worst of those, my God.
Okay. You get a D&D error 404 code. This thing doesn't understand what you mean by the first ritual.
Fair enough. Please show me all of the information for the ritual on the farthest to the left.
Your as you re-ask your question, those 4 sigils disappear. The energy builds up, reaches back out, pulls. Not 4, the 5 sigils disappear. Excuse me. Pulls the same 5 sigils back out in the same order.
Would test my request and still manage to show all 5 sigils. Do you think that perhaps this is a multi-step ritual that requires multiple different circles? I'm kind of just talking to myself, but if Misery'd like to answer, she's more than willing to.
She's going to obviously say, you would know more about this than me.
Well, right then. I'm gonna stay in the circle, obviously.
Okay.
Because I don't want the information to go elsewhere. Because I don't know how long this thing will work for, which is a genuine concern. I'm going to start preparing my spell that I've prepared. Which has
Word of recall,
10-minute
you're going back to your forge?
Sir, if you'd like to look at my character sheet, I do not have Word of Recall prepared currently.
Damn.
You just let me know when 10 minutes have passed, because this has a 10-minute cast time.
I will say that Savan and Rothan show up just as you are casting your spell. So at the end of your ritual setup, you're casting, they are walking into the room. So you cast what? Featherfall?
Legend more.
Legend.
Just in case, I don't want you to pull a fast one on me here. I am specifically digging for information about this ritual, not the device.
Okay. So what you learn from this, and as you learn it, like as this information is hitting you, you're like moving your hands around. And instead of them being left to right, you put number 1 first. And then you see where number 2 layers on top of it. And see where number 3 layers on top of it. And 4 and 5 as a 5-layer ritual circle in order to complete the true purification ritual. Misery only grabs the first step, which the most minor amount of purification. As each level is put on, so too is it the amount of purification pulled. And as you're seeing this, you're understanding why the Starstone is required and why a ley line, why a place of power is required. This is going to pull so much energy. You can see where it could possibly affect weather around you. This is going to be a beacon.
A beacon of, oh fuck, here we are.
Also, part of this that you will know, and you can share if you want.
Okay. That's I'll have to think about that.
You can see where in this objects of power would be placed. You see where there has to be some kind of focus for that purification to go, and you know that there needs to be some way to sever the corruption from the target of what is being purified, the target of the purification. So you see where they got all those steps, like where they needed the stones and where they needed the egg and where they needed the dagger. Those are all pieces of this. And now you're seeing where it is a layered ritual. Ooh, you also know the scale that it would need to be in.
Just don't be at the scale of, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because that would take fucking forever.
No, we're not doing a whole fucking town, bro.
Alright.
Half a town, half a town.
Yeah, that was so Perez. Well, it should have been an or.
Don't worry,
I
I pieced that one together. I got you. I understood.
It's big.
With this information, would I know if forbiddance would mess with the flow of power?
All of the questions are happening now.
Didn't rather make a mistake. I'm going to say that you do not see a problem with it.
Fancy. Well, I guess I will take down this ritual circle in all its complexity.
And one last thing. Sorry.
Oh.
Having to get to my notes to see what all fucking Legend Lore gives you, what I need to give you.
Okay. All
The
right.
the size.
Yeah. I would know the scale on those, correct?
Yeah.
Inherently.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's important so that then when you go to make the circles, you don't make them paper sized.
Yeah. It's important. I agree. Excellent. Well, Misery, looks like all of the circles are part of one larger circle. So we only did the smallest one first, but if we use all 5 of them in a sequence, getting ever bigger, we'll have much more of a powerful spell on our hands.
So this is good that you came down here then.
I'd say so. If we only stuck with the original spell, it would have little to middling effect. I think we'll get the most mileage out of this one. Or kilometers if you're into that more.
Sounds like you guys got what you came for. It's good. But Misery, we need to get you out of here right away. So if you need to still take notes, Val, you're going to be down here by yourself unless Siobhan wants to stay with you, because Misery and me have to go.
I mean, I think I have everything I need. I've got it all committed to memory.
It's all been burned into your skull.
Yeah.
By the way, in the future, whenever Valgwyn dies and he decomposes, you guys check out of his skull. It's going to be just 5 ritual circles just burned into it.
Hot.
I know.
Damn, how dramatic.
Don't worry. Baba Penne will pick that up and use that as a foci later.
No.
Or maybe Baba Devon. It'll be Baba Devon.
Oh no.
No, she's gonna need a pasta-based rename, ravioli or something like that.
Yeah, fettuccine.
She's snake-like. She's got to be spaghetti, right?
Linguine.
No.
Linguine. Yeah, I like linguine.
All right. Do you all leave?
Sounds like it.
You know what? Before I step away, can I see the information on the dagger known as Severance?
His face.
Nice.
Hey, I put it here in case somebody asked the question. Somebody did. So the 5 circles obviously go away. All those things that lit up around the wall dim as the circle just around you revs up again and again shoots out to different sections of it. and pulling in front of you the image of the dagger itself and the information which is written in Draconic that you can see is the story of how Severance came to be. And let's see where. Oh, there it is. Okay. Severance was made out of the femur of Strahd's brother, bathed in the blood
Hello.
of Titania, Strahd's want-to-be lover, and the brother's wife, and has been used by Baba Lasagna for sacrifice for so long as to become corrupt and cursed. Every time that it is used, it takes something from the wielder. That's all the information there.
So does anybody else have any questions for the magic wall before we leave?
Hmm. I almost feel like this is a good opportunity to find out if our suspicions of where, the tarot cards told us to go is actually correct. If you want to ask about any locations.
Well, here's an
sword.
interesting thing. It depends on what the wall knows and doesn't know. What is the location of Mordekainen's spellbook?
Error 404.
What is the current resting place of No, that's not the right question. Where is Mordekainen?
The image of Severance goes away. Circle around you builds up power once again. Reaches out to different sigils and rituals of the wall to pull up an image. And you see the map of Barovia.
Well, at least we know for
No
sure he's
extra
here.
dots or anything, just the regular old map.
That's correct.
Well, at least we know he's here somewhere. We don't know what the
sword. Right?
what was. Hold on, I've got to check my game notes.
What are those? I don't know
What
those
are those?
Those are my chanclas.
What? I don't know if this is too metagamey or not. Hold on, I gotta read the tarot card really quick. Hold on.
This swashbuckler.
So this is kind of a DM question before I ask my in-character question. Do we know it's called the Sun Sword? Like, do we know what this object is, or do we only know that we're supposed to be looking for a skeleton of a deadly warrior laying on a bed of stone flanked by gargoyles.
No, you know it's a sun sword because you guys found the journal. You guys will
Okay.
piece that together because you found Strahd's journal.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask it my not as direct way because I feel better about it. Where is the location of Sergei's sword?
The map of Barovia goes away. The energy around you spins up. And reaches back out to the same sigils that pulled up the map of Barovia. And it pulls up the map of Barovia. But then it like shifts and zooms to a castle on a hill. And then it shifts and zooms to a mausoleum on the property.
We can all see this, right? It's not just Val in the
Mhm.
center.
Mhm.
Yeah. So does that castle look like Strahd's castle that we've seen? Well, I've seen it at least once from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like we can just stroll onto the castle grounds and retrieve the sword at any point in time. So perhaps we should add that to our to-do list once we take care of this purification ritual.
Yeah. I think it's been on the list. We just keep putting it off because, Strahd's castle.
I mean, we've been invited to the wedding and all that, so why not just show up and invited and be like, we're here to tour the grounds?
It's worth a shot. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I think that's why we kept putting it off. But yeah, I agree. After this ritual, I think that might be the next place we go.
Anyway,
The image fades and the energy ring around you is gone.
so you said Misery needed to get out of here, like post haste. Do you think we should probably do that now?
Yeah, it sounds good.
So let's go. I want to go back to the nesting chambers.
You don't feel any direction one way or the other.
How about take us to the exit of the tunnels?
You don't
What
feel a
exactly-
direction one way or the other.
What exactly did I say the last time? I need access to the nesting chambers.
You don't feel a pull one way or the other.
Well, I guess we'll just have to remember which way we came out of here, unless Misery knows of a better way to get the hell out.
Do you know the name of the chamber with the skeletal dragon? Because you could ask to take us there, and we know how to get out from there.
Misery will say, "Guide me to the grave of Barometer." She starts walking.
Perfect.
Excellent. There we go. We're so retarded.
Unfortunately, Dargoth's not a place within this place, so couldn't lead you to that. But good thinking. You guys take some lefties and righties and forwardies and backwardsies and diagonalies and sidewaysies before coming to a familiar cross where there's this really tall silver dragonborn with a big sword going, "Leave."
It was nice meeting you, Dargoth, as I give him a little salute and keep walking.
You guys make that left and go?
I assume so, yeah.
All right. back into the chamber of the remains of the dragon. Coming up to where you can either keep going forward or turn left. Misery turns left.
Finally out of this place.
Savon, you totally could have patted his head. Helmet was still off. You guys come up out into the grand hall, where I'm sure by now the rest of the people are up and eating something that Wit has concocted.
Well, successful. Nothing to mention, I guess, went wrong.
Hey, besides, Siobhan stepping on the plate and closing some anti-magic gates, but that seemed to have resolved itself while we were gone.
Yeah, we had a nice little conversation. Went real smooth. It was perfect.
Quick question. So everybody in the group and Misery are both here? Are all here?
Yes.
Good. I want to cast a spell.
Oh. Oh. Just sighs.
Mm-hmm.
Please
Mhm.
hold. Please hold.
You know what?
Wit thinks about counterspell for a second when he sees them getting some magic geared up. He's like, "That
It's
ain't
not
that
worth
bad."
it. They wouldn't hurt us. At least not me.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna step out of the circle.
Wait, are we all here, or is it just the three of you?
It's supposed to be everybody.
Oh, okay. Wit'll
So-
fail automatically. He'll let it ride.
Be like, good. Now that we're all here, I've got some questions. Bam.
Let's see here.
It doesn't prevent us from leaving the circle, though, so I'm just like continuing on out of the circle.
Good to know
Okay.
that you exited the trust circle.
Charisma.
You
Saving
Yeah,
see
maybe if you
anything?
asked first.
Hey,
That is
let me
true.
pitch
She
you
said
a dream,
force.
girlfriend, on this one.
This is
Perhaps if
actually-
you would asked first.
That's not suspicious at all. So is anybody here?
Hang on. Please wait. Uno momento, por favor.
Lo siento, no
Consent.
hablo español.
Consent first, Archie. And Wit'll pile more waffles on your plate.
Okay. So you will know that because of the way spells worded, you will know that Valgwyn and Misery succeeded their saving throws.
So while you're in the circle, you have to tell the truth. And I'm gonna go through and ask one by one. Is anybody here? Does anybody? Yeah, you can walk out totally. But if anybody here is not here to kill Strahd and to fuck up everybody else's mission to kill Strahd, please speak now.
You asked this yesterday, you silly
Just to
goose.
let you know,
Hang
you
on.
do this again.
At what level did you cast that at?
I think it's like a.
Did you cast it? Did you actually cast it at second level?
Yeah, I think it has to be second level.
It's a second level spell.
Yeah, there's no point in casting Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In which
Yeah.
case, Misery looks around, snaps her fingers. None of that here. You either trust us or you
Ooh.
don't.
So no telling the truth here?
No trying to force people to say or do something they do or do not want to do.
Got it.
I don't think
a
you've
drink.
quite grasped how things operate here. Most people here have taken an oath to tell the truth, so all you have to do is ask.
Well, it's good to see that you guys came out of the hole alive.
Yeah, the Guardian, he's nice guy. I like him.
Anything useful? Do you want pancakes?
Yes, I would love pancakes.
All right. Just
Can eat
Yeah.
second breakfast.
Yeah, I'm up for seconds as well.
Wit's gonna
I think
just
Val
gather
has
his
most of
up.
the information. I barely caught the end of whatever he was doing.
What did I hear about
There's a
Siobhan
lot
setting
of
up a
brain
trap?
power down there.
Hang on now. Before you all go on in your randomness, Arcadia was asking questions, though in a rude way, instead of just asking or at least forewarning us of whatever it is they were doing. Sure, I dispelled that, but doesn't mean she can't ask her questions.
What holds you to speaking the truth again?
In oath, we have volunteered. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
The oath that we all took. The oath to the owner of this castle, the one who does not abide by lies or skirting truths.
What
Also
happens if you
the-
don't tell the truth?
I don't know.
Something about us dying or something if we didn't uphold something or other. I feel like they were some sort of
It
rather gifted
depends on the
complex.
severity of the crime. If you're, I don't know this for sure. Obviously, I'm kind of new here as well, but from my experience, it's not pleasant.
What is your question that you felt the need to use whatever that was?
Zone of truth. Truth circle, so we could all be friends, but obviously
You know,
that didn't go
friends would
over
have
so
said
well.
something ahead of time.
I
What it
believe.
was?
I also believe that Archie was just a little nervous because some of you have been labeled as friends of Strahd.
What she said.
What?
Mm,
What are you talking about?
that thing.
That
Mm.
one, that one,
The
and that one,
the
and that one.
announcement thing that
The
happened.
announcement.
What announcement thing?
Hey, what
The
announcement
were
thing?
ravens? The were
The Werewolves would have seen it, I would have thought, right?
Okay. Oh, that's funny. So we've gone this whole time like, F those fuckers, whatever. We accepted that very quickly.
It wasn't long after we got the invitation to the wedding that an announcement was made that everyone could hear.
Yep.
No, hold on. I know we got the wedding invitation. I received that one myself. What's this other announcement?
It was
That
we
you
got
all
it
need to
up-
be protected.
Yeah,
we got it
hashtag
up-
nobody told Valgwyn anything about the announcement because he was fucking forging that entire time.
Oh,
I forgot he was forging, all
I
right?
forgot.
Nobody
That's
has told
hilarious.
Valgwyn anything about this. You all
This
suck!
is hilarious now.
Wait, was
Oh,
this pre
shit.
or post Were Raven? Because now I'm confused.
Free.
That was
Valerie.
pre. That was
So
That was
Bellary.
Valerian's
So Wit has no idea.
Yep.
Okay.
It was
We saw
pre
it.
Were Raven,
No,
post
No.
trick.
We
Wit
saw
knows
it.
because the
It was in
kindness
the
was given an
sky.
orb as well.
It was an orb, and then it just everybody.
Yeah, everybody that had an orb could hear it.
It
It
Yeah.
was
announced
the it
that
was
you
the
were friends
orb
of
that
Strahd
came
to be
out
protected
right after
at
the
all
wedding
costs.
invitations, Valgwyn.
Yeah, okay. So this is
We
something
got it
that
up in the war room.
Alright.
We were up there with Godfrey, and the orb came and saying we were to be
Protected at all
oh,
costs.
I just go back to
As his
shoveling my
friends.
food at Valgwyn's look on Valgwyn's face.
just
God
add
said
more
that we were to be
pancakes.
protected and that we were friends of his, and he did this intentionally to make things harder for us.
Huh.
Not
Yeah,
to
I'd
help
say
us.
that's a right crock of shit.
And he named you, me, Trix, and several others that are not here anymore as the group. So
Isn't that also when he told us we would have free passage into the thing, or was that something else?
Free passage to the wedding? Yes, that was also
Yeah.
included.
mhm.
In fact,
Well,
all
yeah.
of Barovia gets to go.
I have a wedding invitation still. Of course I have free passage to the wedding.
No, it said
Mm.
that we wouldn't be attacked at the wedding.
It also raises questions when members of your own group have said that others caused the blood rain.
Wait, what now? Who the fuck said that?
Yeah, I don't remember anyone saying that, but sure.
Oh yeah, no,
Nobody here-
definitely. I said that. I think that y'all told me that y'all were the reason why it rained blood. That's what y'all told me.
Now, look,
We didn't cause
That-
it. We said there might have been a
freaking
reason.
were-ravens playing games at telephone. Look here. Look. All right. So we were in a wagon,
telephone?
right? A game of long distance messaging.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's a good answer.
Wait. So you guys caused the blood rain?
That's what they told us.
Trix, hold on a minute. Holy mackerel. Look here.
That stuff was terrifying.
We were in Esmeralda's wagon.
The
Right?
wagon's creepy.
I had Philip at that point still. By the way, some of you don't know Philip was my pet chicken. I
Yeah, what's
assume
that?
he's still alive in Esmeralda's wagon. Maybe he's eaten them, maybe not. I'm not sure. But right then, so Esmeralda's wagon has an expanding feature to it. You say a command word and you go into like a different part of the wagon. That's like a different dimension of sorts. So needless to say, we were in there for a couple days, and then when we came out, you know how Strahd likes to play with his food, was not very happy about this not being within arm's reach. So he caused it to rain blood. Now that that is all cleared up,
That's dramatic.
well,
So then
he's
essentially you caused the
obviously got
blood
the
rain
penchant
because
for
he
the
was mad at you.
dramatic.
So you caused the blood rain by not being where you
We
were supposed to
weren't.
be?
We
did
weren't
not
in
cause the blood
Barovia.
rain. We
So
were
he
not
got angry.
within Strahd's grasp, so he got all pissy and made the blood come down from the sky.
So you're still the reason the blood came then.
That's like blaming a cat for doing something that cats just do, right? Like it
So
doesn't make
it wouldn't
sense.
have rained
So
blood
why
if you
are-
had
why
it
are you-
entered the wagon, correct?
But why were they so important that the blood rain had to come in the first place?
I don't know, but
That's
that's
sort of
not
weird.
important to me right
Isn't
now.
that that is kind of actually important.
What's
Holy
going on,
crap!
please?
All right, so going back to the start of this whole freaking adventure here, so there's this thing called Death House that I wasn't here for. Skipping forward some.
New Adventure 101 times
Wait,
20.
It's the new member orientation.
So anyway, turns out Strahd has some sick fascination with Lulu Hardmichael, who used to be a part of our group, and then she's all like, "Oh, I'm going to make a deal with Strahd to save Lothar and Sarastra," and then the next thing you know, they get dropped back off as like sacks of flesh that we had to heal, and they were useless for a while and tied together with the curse. Anyway, not important information. Basically, Strahd has a sick fascination with Lulu, who's currently going to marry. He's turned into a vampire, and that's why the mists are coming down, and all this shit is fucked up.
You still didn't explain the blood rain.
I still don't
Exactly.
understand
Look,
why you have to be protected and you're friends of Strahd.
Because
You're
he
not
has
friends
a
with
weird
Strahd.
fascination with the group that I've been a part of since I got here.
Look, I know you all are from here. You're probably used to this shit or not, how the wheel turns and then you forget. If that's a news flash for anyone, surprise! But look, I'm
Yeah,
not
those
from
are all
here.
fucked.
Rothan's not from here. I assume the rest of you are all from here. Some of us were invited here, or tossed here inadvertently, or forced our way in to find books, but that doesn't matter. The whole point is that Strahd, from what I've been told by other people, and I'm sure Rothan can confirm this, that Strahd invites people in because he gets bored and needs some entertainment, because he doesn't get his jollies off on some turns by torturing you all who are stuck here with him.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Misery's not from here either. Didn't mean to belittle you.
And that message, the orb message that came out, was after Lulu traded herself for Rothund and Sarastra. So we can only assume it had something to do with that relationship.
Yeah, it's a thing that I told her not to do, but she did it anyway, and it's why I promised I would fucking kill her if I had to, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to.
Speaking of, do you remember when Ballery promised to kill Strahd?
Yeah.
That was a great day.
Oh, want to
Yeah.
ask
You're
since I would
telling
know.
me you're not friends of Strahd.
No.
Anybody who's a friend of Strahd, raise your hand.
Honey, I understand, and obviously, I think it's definitely a little confusing, but I think we've got a little bit of a straightforward thing when it comes to this organization and allowing friends of Strahd in. I think they probably just would have been killed if that was actually the case.
Oh, you know what? Rothund, you have Godfrey's sword, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's the thing, by the
I have
way, now that I
Vladimir's
have it.
too.
No, this sword has a specific thing about it, now that I have it and I've spent some time with it. If a minion of Strahd comes within arm's reach of me, this sword, yeah, it's gonna let me know, and I will kill them immediately.
That's
I
helpful.
like
But
you. Okay.
okay, I'm still stuck on blood rain. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Very
see, we're
important to me.
past the blood rain now.
No,
Now,
I'm not.
I
Hang on.
think you two.
So
Oh,
I believe that the blood rain was because Lulu wasn't around.
So it's Lulu's
Strahd,
fault.
yes.
Think of it.
If you want
I
to
think
Okay,
blame,
of
good.
technically no, it's Strahd's fault.
Well, I should
you.
blame him anyway.
But
Yeah,
he
blame him.
has or still has a strange fascination with Lulu for whatever reason. And when they were in the other dimension wagon thing, obviously he couldn't play with his food anymore, and he got upset. So he threw a tantrum like a little bitch.
Okay, extra dimensional wagon. Why do we not have this? Because that sounds awesome.
Because
actually pretty
Elsmeralda is fickle, and you have to pay her.
Not
Valid.
always with money, but usually with some sort of entertainment.
Correct.
Have those of
Hey,
us in
so
Barovia, do we know who Esmeralda is?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Esmeralda is known through all as a Vistani who enjoys trade, has a super cool wagon, and is bored with false attempts at freedom. And doesn't
Hmm.
help people lightly.
Oh, so that's an interesting note.
She would still be a ally potentially.
Well,
What
she did
made her
help us on
invest in
2
you?
different occasions, so I think possibly.
So what made her invest in you? She was a prick of the
Uh,
sort.
I'm
Probably the
attractive.
promise of us
Valerie
killing.
was attractive.
Yeah. And Valerie also promised to kill Strahd, and she heard about that, and
It
yeah.
made her laugh.
Not that I'm saying anything against the attractiveness of the majority of this party. That's not what I'm saying. But again, Esmeralda's a bit of a capricious individual.
I may have thrown an axe at her.
That's mm,
Again, I'm not denigrating the attractiveness of anybody in this party, Trixie. What I'm saying is that she is a capricious individual, not known for being swayed lightly, and it is a little bit of a surprise that a pretty face and an axe to the face might have convinced her for some sort of help.
I mean,
She helped us in the past does not mean that she'll help us in the future.
mhm.
hmm.
Any other questions there?
Nope. Now that we're all friends again, let's get back to it.
When we stopped. Huh.
I think Rothan needs to take a little walk by with his newfangled sword and on some of our new party members.
Well, are you all ready?
We still. What happened down there? What do we need? Siobhan stepped on a plate. What happened?
Hey, so Siobhan stepped on a plate, triggered the trap. Some stuff happened there. I don't know what happened, how they got rid of it. Apparently, we met a very nice dragonborn. But I know what we need to do for the ritual now. So
Is it game time? Time to go?
So now
that
it's time
I
to
have in the
go.
bag.
Breakfast is done.
All I need to
Alright.
know, I guess, Misery, is where exactly is Yester Hill at?
Don't I know where Yester Hill is?
Misery
Use
told you
your
guys
lane?
it was south of the winery.
The ravens would know.
That way.
I mean, technically we can head in that direction, and if we need specifics, don't you have a spell, Valwyn, that can get us there?
I need to be more intimately familiar with the area in question for that spell to work.
We don't
Also, I
need
don't
it.
have it prepared.
We don't
Okay.
need it. Both Trix and I know where to go.
Aye, so that's fine. Also, it doesn't seem like Forbiddance should mess with the ritual, so we'll have that. I'll turn and look at Misery and go, I will send the password along to you so you can distribute it out.
She goes, "Oh, you need the dust. I will be right back."
I was gonna ask any spell components or anything anyone needs before we roll out. Sounds like we're heading to camp out and hold territory till everyone catches up.
How fast do you think, if me and you work together, Val, could we modify this sword a little bit?
Well,
Disrespect.
first off, we need access to the forge, and from everything that has been said, I believe that our number one priority would be to complete this ritual. But if we have some time in the future, I can possibly take a look, although I do not feel well about modifying Godfrey's sword.
Yeah, it would only be a temporary thing, to make it more useful for me. But if you don't think we have, the necessary time to do it before we head out, then that's fine.
Something that strong and old would take probably a significant amount of time to modify. Also, it's sharp and you stick the end in the enemy. How much more special does it need to be?
I specialize in bludgeoning people to death, not stabbing them to death.
You do the pointy end goes in.
I like hold up my hammer and wave it around and be like, I know how that feels. Why did you think I stuck the sword in the stone?
I get it. I can use any weapon just fine. It's just if I want to do a little extra oomph, is all I'm saying. Then modifying it would be nice, but it doesn't need to happen.
Misery comes back with a pouch for you, Valgwyn, with your 1,000 gold of ruby dust.
I thank you.
Well,
It's
now
time
that
to
we're
go.
all friends,
Right?
let's go.
Yep, everybody was super forthcoming. I feel great. Let's go.
Oh, I'm glad you feel better.
Are we leaving now?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Aye.
Misery gets up, walks over to one of the Revenites and says something in Draconic, just kind of more of a whisper than anything else. And that Revenant is like starts going and getting others, and like all of them. The castle is emptying of the dead. as Misery walks outside.
Valgwyn will also go outside, and I assume there's also some revenants still guarding the Starstones, correct?
No, you don't see the Starstone. You go off to that side, you do not see those 3 pillars of sweet, sweet marshmallowy goodness.
Well, you know what? I'll go ahead and use my message feature and ask Misery. Did you already have the Starstones moved?
Yes. She said yes. Did you not hear me?
No, I did. I was formulating a response.
That was all that you got.
Fair enough.
And as you're going out that way, there's more, like the revenants from the training yard are coming. They're going to the forge side. All of them are going to the forge side of the castle.
I'll see what's going on, but I want to also ask Misery, do the revenants have them, or are they in the portable hole?
They are loaded up for travel.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna pull Frodo here and have the sword just slightly unsheathed so that I can see it glowing, in case it starts glowing.
Sure. Eventually, you all would see that. Well, I don't. How many people are following the dead? I don't know. But on the forge side, there's been a double set of doors that nobody has ever gone in, actually, since the castle has ever been repaired, which is suddenly opened. And you see about 200 of the dead go inside there. And you hear a creaking and cracking as the undead start to come out, and you can see that they have some kind of like body strap mechanism about them. And the ones that you can see, you see this thick black chain on their left side. You can see that where they have others on the opposite side that have the chain on the right side. As they are holding on to this chain and walking very slowly as they pull. And eventually, there's 100 on each side. So the 200 coming out are pulling this wagon that has multiple wheels to it. There are 8 wheels on this wagon on one side. Resting on top of this wagon, covered, is this mass of flesh that you can see is a horn peeking out of from whatever is covering him. On that wagon, in the back of it, are the 3 stones that are roped down. They're behind the wagon. There seems to be this a mechanism where there are about 50 of the undead pushing. They're moving slowly. And as they are pulling and pushing this wagon out from the side of this castle, you can see that there are other undead just completely surrounding them, weapons out. Some have bows, some have crossbows, some have swords. You can see that they are equipped with newer stuff. No longer the rusty blades that they had before. All of them seem to have been adorned in some way, shape, or form with the symbol of Argynvost, the top head of the dragon. Whether it's on a breastplate or on a helmet or even on like a pauldron. All of the dead seem to have this. And as they're pulling and going and coming out from the side, making their way to the edge, to that place where the lands of Argynvost end and the cursed lands of Barovia begins, the first dead takes their step and lights in silvery flame.
Mm.
And as they pass through, they all ignite. And that's where we'll end today's episode. Curse of Strahd.